hello to everyone who's watching after the fact. But yeah, this is a bit of a late one, but I do what I can. It's been a very weird day, as they all seem to be these days. We'll see who we're actually going to get in. I imagine we might well have missed Ellie, because she's normally heading off by this time. So if you're watching this after the fact, Ellie, I'm really sorry. It's I know that. Oh no, you're in. Hi, Ellie. just saying. I thought maybe I've missed you. Oh dear. How are you doing? Oh, you're hiding from the rents. Fair enough. How was your day today? I hope you've had a better day at school. You know, first day back for the week and all that. Ah, that's good to hear. What did you get up to? What was your favourite bit today? Let's try and talk about something positive today. What was your favourite bit of school today? Or your day in general? Okay, school was shite, so coming home was the best bit. Okay, fair play. And there was me thinking we're going to say it's seeing me. Terrible. Hi, Sienna. Good evening. Lovely to see you. How are you doing? Are you still on your steps, or you finished those? Right, while I'm waiting on a response, I'm going to grab the Bandito and the dad jokes back in a tick. Right, dad jokes, Bandito, sweet. So yeah, just going to do a game of this, I think. Oh, I do need to get the other device as well, actually, so I can still talk to you guys while I play. Are you walking home? But you did an hour. Well done. I'm proud of you. That's some dedication, that is. Hope you kept your speed down though. Remember, we don't want all that high blood pressure while you're still healing up. You'll get yourself into trouble, won't you? Dreams is in. Hi, Dreams. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Molly, you know how I'm falling apart? Well, I now have an ear infection. Oh my Lord. I mean, at this point, Ellie, it's probably easier if you just come in and stream and tell us which bits are still working. I'm going to be honest. It's the list is being heavily weighted towards what's wrong. Oh dear, poor Ellie. Oh, an allergic. Oh, I know all about allergic reactions. I have plenty of allergies. What was your allergic reaction to? Still positive though, I like that, yeah. Right, put on all messages on this thing. Glad to hear you're well, Dreams. How has your day been? You know, I don't even know, do you work? And if so, what do you do? I forget lots of details, I do apologise. My brain is not the best at remembering things, I will be honest. I can figure things out quickly, but I can't remember things, like for love nor money, to be honest. I honestly don't know how some people put up with me when I can't remember if I'm coming or going. Is it data analyst? There we go. Sienna's got a well better brain than me for remembering things. I'm shocking. I should write it all down, but there we go. An exfoliator. What on earth? What? Surely that wasn't the answer to my question of what you're allergic to. Ah, so Sienna was right. So it's data analyst. Cool. Oh yes, I think I remember having a conversation with you about this actually. My bad. I think what it is sometimes, like, I just need something to help my recall. So I can remember once I've been helped a little bit. But yeah, so I assume you were at work today, were you? I honestly don't know what kind of hours you do, but I'm assuming it's a standard sort of 9 to 5 sort of Monday to Friday, unless you do shift work or something. But right, let's get Bandito out here. Oh, bits on the bed. What's all that from? Gracie's in. Hi, Gracie. How you doing? How was your day? What did you get up to? No, like I got a new exfoliator and I tried it on my arms and I have a huge rash, and it happened yesterday but still got a rash. Weird. Yeah, I figured you wouldn't be here long, Ellie. It's lovely of you just to hang out enough just before you head off. Yeah, 9 to 5. That's fair play. I'm sure I probably asked you this already, Dreams, but do you like the work? Bye, Ellie. Sweet dreams. I hope you wake up refreshed and without pain. Straight onto it, that. Get rid of this nuisancey thing. I think that's a pretty good move. Oh, that's nice. We can put that there. Yeah, it's not so bad. That's cool. That's cool. I'm going to put that there. Quite like that move. I don't much like that, but I'm going to change that to there because I can close that. I've got a closer that will work for that already. I'll change them 2 to a 1. Then I'm going to put that one there to bring them 2 together. Oh, just in time for a C close. Boom. I think we've done this already. Put a closer there. Closer there. Job done. Easy first one. Lovely. Busy, says Gracie. Fair play. Oh, you've got the disco tomorrow. So what time is the disco? I know you do it every week, but or most weeks at least. But what time is this thing? Because if there's a time, well, basically, what I'm really asking is there a time where it's easier for you to catch us? Am I better doing like a slightly later one or an earlier one? Stream-wise, I mean. I can't guarantee anything, but I can do my best if there's sort of timing that works for you better, really. Oh, Sienna getting in with the last dance request there. I guess I'll have to accept second to last dance. Oh. Sienna always beating me to the best of it. Trying to do a riffle shuffle on the bed with these is not so easy. Oh, I'm trying to give it a good shuffle. I didn't say I can't dance, Sienna. I said I don't enjoy dancing. It's a very different thing. I do have a few moves, not very good ones. I'm not a good dancer. I could be if I tried and I learned it, but yeah, you know, I've got rhythm and I've got enough hand-eye coordination to be good at sports, so I think I can do a bit of dancing if necessary. Let's do that. What, really? Ah. Oh, that is rude. This is rude. What is going on here? Oh. That's more like it. Get rid of these useless pieces that aren't doing me any favours. That'll go there. That's nice. That's a good piece. We need more like that. Thank you very much, but we don't get it. Turn that into a corner using that. I think we'll do it. Yes, good moves. Close that off. We'll close that one off. We'll turn that to 2. Keep it going as 2. So, oh, you weren't at school today. So what did you do, Gracie, instead? Oh, you've been finishing your dragon. Cool. And BC saying, are you a Satanist? No. I'm not an anythingist, to be honest. Oh, I need to take another card. Ooh. Put that there. Hope for the best. Who not get it? That'll do. I'll just play that there. Ooh. Do that. What on earth? Honestly. Put that one here. I'm pretty aware this is kind of getting a bit wayward. I'm going to put that there. Working? What, driving those lorries, eh? Ah, dear. Gracie. You will keep up your tails. I've just realised I actually have some over here that I haven't actually finished off yet. I'm so busy focused on these other ones. Oh, and I have a closer now. Okay. I'll close that one off and then I don't have to think about it. That's good. Turn those into 1. Oh, I don't like this at all. I'll put that one there. BC saying, is that game a ritual? It's my ritual on YouTube to just play this when I'm on my own, and I don't have the brain power or capacity to play a game with my YouTube family. I do like to play the games where we get interactive with it, but in all fairness, I'm feeling a little bit like laggy in my own brain cells today. Dear me, says Dreams. Hold on, Gracie's now saying kitchen. Gracie, you will like your one-word answers. I am curious, Gracie, I have a question for you. If I ask you a question, will you give me a proper answer? So let's give it a try. Why is it you like to be so vague, Gracie? You don't like to give me straight answers about much at all. So I am just curious why that is. Again, multitasking. So I have to make assumptions from what you're saying. And I assume what you're trying to say to me is that the reason you like to give these one-word answers and be vague is because you're multitasking. So what is it you're doing multitasking? What are you doing right now that's taking so much time? Saying, I thought I'd seen a hedgehog on the way home there. I got excited. It was just a dried flower. The disappointment, eh? The disappointment. How tragic. So Dreams, what else have you been up to? What did you get up to for your weekend, Dreams? Anything at all? These are bad cards. What am I supposed to do with this? I'm going to do that. I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, do you know what I can do? I can just put two of these right here. That's going to be the plan. I'm just going to do them both off the bat straight away, just because I know that's what's going to happen. There we go. We have a closer. We'll use it on this one over here because we don't really want that stand. Gets us down to 2 openings. This is not going well though. I'll do that. See, the only thing you ever say very clearly, Gracie, as far as I can remember, is that you don't want to go to school, which is fair play. Oh no, we have 3 bad ones and they're going to blow this thing up. This is really annoying. Well, I'm going to leave that one at the far side of me. There is one opener just up here. I'm going to wait for a single closer for that because we do have plenty of those in the pipeline. All of the straight ones have gone, so that's worth bearing in mind. We've had one of each of the others, so we've still got like 4 single closers to use. So it's not the end of the world. Right, I think what I'll do is I'll put that there. Let's see what we get. Put that there like that. Put that one there like that. Then close that off. Nice. Don't like this. I'll put that there like that. Oh, it's just getting difficult. That's one closer. It's going over there straight away. We have a corner to get that down to just 2 openings again, but they're far away from each other. I'll try and bring that one back in. Oh, we have a closer. I'm going to close that one there. So we need another closer and we can get this job done, but we don't get it. Oh no. Should have done the other one. Can't play. Bandido has won because I can't play. Do you know, I was just being lazy. I would have done that knowing the risk and it would have been clear over there, but I was lazy. I couldn't be bothered to keep reaching and I wanted to try to bring it back around for the camera. And in doing so, I've given up the game. How annoying. How very, very annoying. Gutted. So Dreams, let's see what you've been responding to me. I do apologise, I got stuck into the game there for a minute. Oh, you went to Box Hill on Sunday. Oh, and you posted a photo in the community. I haven't seen it yet, Dreams. I will check that out. Ooh, very cool. Wayne's in. Hi, Wayne. I'm doing all right. I'm having a good day. Although I'm going to be honest, I called up the insurance company this morning, and they didn't have much to tell me. They did fairly quickly agree to sort out the payment for this week, and then subsequently they have not done that. So I'm going to be on the phone in the morning and say, well, I'm just chasing it up. You know, the girl yesterday said she was going to take care of it. I haven't seen anything. I said the girl, the woman. But yeah, it's a bit frustrating with that, but it was a nice day out of work. Got things done. Been chit-chatting to some lovely ladies today. Can't argue with a day like that. Hui. What's... Oh, I see. Oh, I see, Gracie. So yeah, no, I hadn't seen it, Dreams. It was such a sunny, lovely day. I'm glad it was a lovely day. Yeah, so I've been to Box Hill with Tim, Sienna. I've actually driven down there and slept in a car park overnight, sort of around the Box Hill area. I think it yeah, it's definitely the Box Hill area. I think I could be wrong, or we were near it, but I think it was. I think it was. I think it was there. Yeah, lovely spot. Me and Tim had a lovely day out down there. So it was actually when I was getting when I got the bench seats back for the van. Well, I say when I bought the new ones, I had to go down, and this was when I went to Ilford. So we were talking to Sally, I think it was yesterday, and I was saying about how I think it was yesterday or the day before. But we were talking to Sally because she's in Essex, and she was saying I think that she used to be in Ilford or something or something along those lines. And anyway, it reminded me of like somewhere I'd been. And I thought, I swear that's like somewhere I've been. And I remember that's where I got the new bench seats for the van from. And then so what I'd done is I went down there and then carried on around the M25 or went the other way. I can't remember exactly which one I did actually. But basically I went around to see Tim from there. Went to Box Hill from there. So. What are you going about the harem, Sienna? Wayne saying, you have to keep on to insurance, mate. Just keep pestering them as they're always on a go slow when it comes to payments. I'm gonna be honest. They do like to drag their feet with it. I'm just gonna deal with it tomorrow morning and stay on the phone until they've got it done. I'm gonna be like pretty persistent. Say, look, every time that I go and call you guys up and you say you're gonna do it, you don't do it, and I don't really want to call up 4 days in a row. So can you just do it now while I'm on the phone, and we'll get it sorted. Is there a video? Are you asking about my trip to Box Hill? There is a video, but it's not been published on the channel because I haven't edited. But there's lots of like clips where I videoed the trip, but I never actually put it up. If you want to see a video of the trip, you can go onto Tim's channel, and he does have a video up of the Box Hill trip. We have Roger saying hi many times. Hi, Roger. I'm hoping that's all there is. Unless it's Rajat, I don't know. But Roger, I'm going to go with Roger. Good to have you in. Gracie determined to get that dragon finished. Fair enough. And so just leave Roger if you're going to keep repeating stuff. Yeah, that's true. I think some people just jump in hoping to get the thing. You do not need to repeat things to me to get the attention. I'm just a bit behind on the stream because I chat to people. Raja is now relaxed. Glad to hear it, Raja. Hey, Chuck is in. Thumb inspection for Chuck. There you go. The thumb still does come off. I'll just pop that back on. There we go. Oh, well, you were one of the lovely ladies I was chatting to, Sienna. Oh dear, and Jess being the other one, as you know. Right. So, yeah, it has been a while, Chuck. How are you doing, my man? I hope you're well. Hey, I passed Chuck's test. Have you got a random fact for us today, Chuck? I know you like to throw them out. Right, I'm going to bring you guys in close. I think I've had enough of Bandido, and there's enough of you in here. We can have a chit chat, a chin wag. we can do a chin wag. Right. Let's spin that around. Get you in close. There we go. That'll do the job. Excellent. Chuck saying, where is the van? What's the brief about the van? There is no brief about the van. Well, I say that, I don't know what you know, so I'll give you a quick rundown, Chuck. I guess you know that the van got crashed into, because you were asking about it. And the insurance company, I would say swiftly took it away, but they don't do anything swiftly. So they very slowly, after many attempts, took the van away under duress, because I didn't want them to take my home away. And then they proceeded to sit on it for, well, I say sit, not literally, but just like hold it, like without doing anything with it for quite a while, a couple of weeks at least, until eventually deciding, after looking at the photos that I provided them, they're going to write it off. And I'm like, well, okay, but they offered me a really low number. So I'm like, not okay. And I presented them some information to show them how much the van is actually worth, at which point they've now decided to twiddle their thumbs for another 2 weeks while I wait for them to decide what on earth they want to do. And yeah, they're kind of sitting around keeping me in the dark, as the insurance company will. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're standing at the moment. That's kind of like where we're at. There is not like a lot of movement on it. I'm going to be chasing them up tomorrow. I think I have to basically do 2 phone calls. I need to, because there's 2 departments to deal with. So I'm going to get back to the third party people and get them to pay for another week of this place, and then I'll get on to the total loss team to see what on earth they're doing and tell them, pull your fingers out, because this is costing your company a lot of money. Do you know what? I have this theory, right? Talking about insurance stuff, I have this theory because obviously I'm dealing with different departments, right? I don't think one department gives a damn about what the other department is doing. So I think third party, sort of the third party assistance people, I think they're just there to make sure that they obviously abide by the letter of what is needed to be provided to whoever they're dealing with. And they've just got, like, you know, their rules of what they're supposed to, like, make sure they try to avoid, like, happen, and what they need to kind of do. But then you've got the total loss team that are dealing with, like, the compensation to me for my vehicle or whatever, and trying to haggle that and work their magic on that sort of thing. And I don't think the total loss team have an awareness that it's costing them like thousands to put me up in here and have a hire van. I don't think they actually have an awareness of the current situation, because it's not really anything to do with their department. So I think their department doesn't really consider or care that another department is like incurring costs on this thing. So I don't think they look at it as a whole and look at what the situation is. I think that there's independent, it's like, what's the left arm doing, what's the right arm doing, and neither one knows what the other one's doing, sort of thing. I think it's like that. Like, you could call it a Chinese wall as well if you like, but I think they're not really working together, to the point where if I'm talking to, say, third party assistants, they cannot look at the files from the other people's department. They can't tell me what's going on with any of that. I have to then call the other department to find out. So it's absolutely mental how separated these entities are. I don't know why they do it that way. That's an incredibly stupid way to do it. And I'm sure there's somebody who works in insurance, or somebody working at that company even, who thinks that they've got an intelligent reason why that's the case. And it's not intelligent at all. It's stupid. Like, I understand having separate departments, sure, but the fact that there's like a Chinese wall between them, like where they can't communicate properly, is mental. Like, mental. That's so stupid. That's unreal. And there's not a person in this world that can convince me that's not a completely stupid way to run a business. Because if you look at that from an overview as the boss, saying, like, you know, that's money out of pocket, I mean, that's crazy. And I get that, like, in 90% of the cases, that's, or even higher, that's not going to be a problem, and it'll be okay. But I mean, there's a better way to do it where you're still going to be okay in 90% of the cases, and the ones where it would have like messed you up, like in this case, you'd be covered. So I don't like. That's the stupidity of it is just monumental. Hey, Sparker's in. Good to see you, man. We've got Minty in too. No, I'm not in my house, Minty. This is the B&B. My house is still under the thumb of the insurance. The corrupt insurance, says Chuck. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, they just. I honestly, I don't understand like all the rules and regulations that they're jumping through anyway. And how are you doing, Spark? Hope you're well. Imagine if our healthcare was insurance based. Don't even, Sparker. Honestly, that's that would be crazy. Mind you, not that our health system works very well at the moment. Anyway, I mean, as we know, the absolute mountain you have to climb to get like any kind of mental like healthcare here is just stupid. But also, you know, just a general GP's appointment is ridiculous as well. The 8 a.m. like basically hoop to jump through is mental. Sparker, Sinner's excited to see Sparker, I see. Chuck said, Molly, you need to write an incorruptible letter to the top man. Keep it short, put numbers on it, tell them what it's costing. I tell you, I'm tempted to, because as much as it's kind of cool to basically make them like pay out for places like this, you know, making an insurance company stick their hand in their pocket does have a quite nice sort of feel to it. But in all honesty, I'd like to be in my own bed in my own house, and I'd like for all the stress to be like gone, because it's been stressful. It's been a real stress. I mean, there's no way to put it. I mean, other than it's just been diabolically stressful, and most of the stress has been caused by the insurance company. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, the day of the accident, highly stressful, left me fairly kind of rattled for a few days, headache for the week, and I wasn't really sleeping well. And just when I was starting to feel a bit normalised, they take my van away from me. And then, yeah, I mean, I've just been left in limbo this entire time. And they do not like to communicate. And it makes it so stressful because I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I'm left like hanging all the time. And I have to chase for everything. I'm like, you would think that there were some policies involved where they couldn't like do that to you and add stress. And then the absolute cherry on the top, if you like, was the high pressure tactics they used to try to get me just to accept the first offers that they made. They really tried to make it seem like there was only the choice of between these two numbers and nothing else. They did not want me to kind of argue it at all. And they kind of added some really nasty tactics on after that. It's really bad. So yeah. Sina saying, also Sparker, there's no expectation for it. Yeah, I see you guys talking to each other. It's lovely. Minty saying, oh damn, hope it all ends in your favour. Well, I mean, it should do. Worst case scenario, I'll go to the Ombudsman and we'll deal with them. And they should be on my side, I think, to be honest, with a lot of it, just because it has been mismanaged a lot of the ways. Banana's in. Good to see you, Banana. How you doing? Dream saying, if I'm honest, I kind of support an insurance-based healthcare system. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't think either system is brilliant. There's got to be some sort of way around some of it. I don't know. I mean, the issue is obviously there's a lot of financial burden and pressure on our government, and you know, paying for it through taxes, fine. I get the idea of that, and obviously we can do private healthcare, so we have the choice. So instead of paying an insurance premium, you're basically paying for it as you go. I don't know. I assume we have some sort of insurance you can get out for in case you do need things. I don't know if we do. Someone educate me on that. Can we get like personal insurance out for like health, so that if anything goes wrong? A bit like life insurance, I guess, because you can get life insurance. I know you can get injury insurance, and like I had once been offered like some insurance that if like, because being self-employed, I had injury insurance for a little while, so that if like I went to hospital and I got like a broken leg or something, I'd get like payouts and stuff to cover me if I couldn't work, because that was back when, in the early days when I was window cleaning and I had lots of bills, and if I wasn't able to work, I'd be stuffed. Then once I started having other cleaners work for me, it wasn't really needed, so I stopped having it, because it was like, well, if I can't work, I'm not stuffed because the business will cover me. It just will be a bit awkward. And then now that I've gone back to the window cleaning, the thing is my bills aren't that massive, and I would get away with not having to worry too much for a little while. So I don't know that the insurance would have been worthwhile. Like I worked it out, it's like, it's better just to have a bit of money in the bank to cover myself for a couple of months. So on the theory that I'd never actually need insurance, that money would sit there accrue interest and not really worry about it. So yeah, I mean, I think there's personal options surely with the healthcare stuff, but yeah, overall, like, because obviously the American system, people like get charged fortunes, and I'm like I think an insurance-based healthcare system where it's heavily regulated that they can't overcharge you for things would probably work, but I don't know. It's weird. Like that, I don't know what system could work, to be honest. From every point, their duty of care has been diabolical. No checkup the night of the accident. Yeah, that was mental. That the paramedics didn't check on me, and I had a proper head injury, to be fair. And yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't check on me. That was incredible. And the insurance company have just been diabolical. Thank you, Sienna, for your kind words. Minty saying, I'm studying right now. When are you going to bed, dude? I thought it's like 12 a.m. in England. No, it's not 12 a.m. It's not even 11 o'clock p.m. yet. We're about 11:15. But it's not going to be a long one tonight anyway, to be fair. We've had a few long ones recently, and I think I'm due a short stream. But while we're chatting and I'm enjoying it, we will keep going for a while. They employ people to find reasons not to pay out. Insurance-based healthcare system is terrible. Well, this is the thing. It'd have to be heavily regulated for it to work. Otherwise, you end up like... And the problem is, we've got obviously a regulated insurance system for things like you know, because we have the ombudsman and stuff. But it is still, they get away with a lot of stuff. And I would worry that if you know, this is bad enough dealing with a vehicle, and then obviously worse because it's my home. If it was something to do with my life or my health, oh, I mean, it doesn't feel from this perspective like a insurance-based healthcare system would be a good idea. But then the current system we have isn't great. So I don't know. I don't think either's the solution. I don't know what the solution is, but it's not what we've got. It's not what the old Americans have got. Minty said, I think you should study economics. You talk like you already have studied it. Trust. Nah, I mean, I'm just talking life experience here, and from my own perspective, as well as the people that you know that I know who've dealt with different things. Like I know a few people who've been into hospital for different bits and pieces. Me and my mum's had a couple of hips done, and yeah, I know people who've gone in for different sort of procedures. And also just going to the GP and stuff like that. And to be fair, our system isn't like really like busted or anything too bad, but it's just that like lack of ability to be able to get down to the GP that easily, and then referrals you have to kind of push for. And I'm going to be honest, most of the times when I've been to the GP, like normally to go with somebody else, whether it's one of my boys or in the past like my ex, you have to kind of go prepared with a bit of knowledge. Because you know how like a doctor will get pretty annoyed because you're kind of self-diagnosing from the internet. But the interesting thing is, you know, unless it's something really obvious and simple that they deal with like a lot, if it's anything that's a bit nuanced, a little bit complicated, if you don't actually go prepared with some knowledge and some sort of things to suggest to them that might be wrong, they're useless. And I mean, I've had to handhold at least 2 doctors through things that they should have known about. For instance, one female doctor, I remember going to the doctor with my ex about her contraception, because she used to take the pill to help with her skin as much as anything else, because some of the pills that ladies take will sort of affect the hormones in a way that helps keep your skin clear if you have problems with acne, and she had the type that would help with that. Now, she had read up that you were supposed to change every 2 years because these ones weren't good to be on long term. And the doctors agreed with her and said, yeah, we need to change her every couple of years. But when she went to change it after a couple of years, she had like a female doctor she went to. And the female doctor was like, didn't know anything about this at all. And so she said, yeah, I just basically need to get a different one. So the doctor looked through it, oh, okay, I can suggest this one. But I'd gone with enough information in my head to know that the one she was suggesting was one of the ones that would make my ex's like acne way worse, like really make it flare up. And I was like, oh, that's not a good one for it. It has to be like one of these ones. And so she kind of went, oh, right, let me just check that. She starts Googling it in front of us just to kind of see. And she's like, oh, right, okay, yes, I can see what you're saying. Okay, we need to have one of these ones. And then she was like really struggling with it. And she made a couple more blunders, but she eventually, with the help of Google, kind of got there. And I was like, wow, like that is mental that she didn't know that. And there was like, you know, this sort of thing all the time. It's crazy. Dream saying, it's not really about heavy regulation. I just don't think that approach works. Free markets tend to work better, I think. I don't know. I'm a big believer of, anyone here watch Beautiful Mind? And basically he comes up with the idea that obviously there's this, you know, there's the basis of like competition breeds more sort of, you know, benefit for the whole. But actually, something that works even better is if everyone's working together. But everyone has to work together. And then that brings in human nature in terms of like, if everyone's supposed to be working together, how do you regulate that? Because there's going to be somebody who's not working together. So, and then they're going to reap more rewards than everyone else, and everyone's going to feel it's unfair, and then the system breaks down. So it's a bit of human nature in there. So mathematically, it's actually way better to always work together rather than always be in competition. Like competition's like the second best solution. But the issue is, whichever system you have, humans get involved, and you know, things go wrong. We have Sevian saying, I'm a hypo, I don't know what that is. Sparker is indeed educating me. Do I think you finished the Dragon tonight? Does that mean you've already finished it, Gracie? Well done if you did. Minty's saying, LOL, I remember my doctor searching something up from Google. Yeah, they will. I mean, you've got to remember, these people are human beings. So they're not Google themselves. They don't know everything. You go in with something fairly normal and standard that they've seen like 100 times that year. They're going to know what they're talking about, no problem. But you go in with something a little bit unique, that can be difficult. You know, that can be like, well, okay, they don't know and they've got to look it up. And obviously, if they've got a fair bit of knowledge, because, you know, they've got a lot of medical knowledge, they'll be able to assimilate that new information a lot easier. And maybe, you know, if they're actually fairly intelligent, they'll be able to really get a grip on it and handle it quite well. But it's not always the case. Like, I'm going to be honest, I've met some doctors, I'm like, how did you become a doctor? Because you're like slow as muck. But I know what it is. They were dedicated to their education. And even though they learned things slowly, they were persistent. And persistence is like so powerful. To move entirely into a new subject, persistence, that's how you get a lot of things done. It's something I teach my boys all the time. You know, putting the effort in is far more valuable than natural talent or ability or whatever. It's, you know, you could be the fastest person in the world, but if you never bother to do anything but walk around, no one's going to know that you're a fast runner. If you're the smartest person in the world, but you never bother to actually apply yourself to anything, it doesn't count for anything. So it's definitely about persistence. And so, yeah, I do see people like, you know, in positions of power or like, you know, things like doctors where you go, whew, you know, I don't know about it. How did you get there? But of course they did it probably through persistence and just good old fashioned elbow grease and hard work. which is nothing to be sneered at, to be fair. Sparker sat agreeing, he's got stuff being Googled in front of him, yeah. Yeah, AI is definitely a threat for doctors. But look at it this way, Sparker. Can you imagine actually if you had AI taking care of a lot of the basic stuff? Like, do you know like how like they now have that where like instead of calling somebody up and taking up loads of man hours talking to somebody on the phone, at first they want you to get a good website, go through like an AI chatbot that can maybe help you with stuff. Now I find like for instance on Amazon, right? They have that AI thing that will basically run you through and help you with orders and things. That thing's pretty solid. It's actually quite quick. It's certainly faster than waiting in queues on the phones. And I mean, that thing's fired me off a couple of refunds here and there without having to really struggle. And I'm like, that's solid. That saved some man hours. Now, of course, from one perspective, that means a job was lost. But from the other perspective, that is kind of good from a business point of view in terms of streamlining things. Now, if we extrapolate that to like GPs and stuff, instead of having the doctors inundated, like, because most of their time, you've got to think, most of their time is taken up with really mundane stuff that they don't really need to deal with. You know, like updating whether or not a prescription is definitely needed. Like, you know, checking out certain really like mundane, like, I mean, there's loads of things, but you know, it could be any old mundane thing. You can like insert dozen of mundane thing examples here, but you know, stuff that an AI can handle, and then jobs are good. But also, an AI is going to be way better at dealing with some of these like unusual things. And I do think that basically, rather than thinking that would take away the doctors' jobs, I think AI could be used to actually really kind of like complement what doctors do, taking up some of their the slack, so to speak, giving them more time to actually deal with patients properly. And of course, some people get frustrated because they have to deal with an AI first or something. But I think actually, you know, having a little bit of an AI doctor situation, as long as it's competent, wouldn't actually be the worst thing. And then the people who actually really need to get in touch with a real life doctor could do just that a lot easier. And I think, but the problem is, and this is where the big problem is, even though that's a possible thing, the chance of them implementing it in a way that would actually do that and would make sense is pretty low. They'll probably implement something like that in a really rubbish way and end up just making it all a lot worse. A bit like when they decide to like change the road systems in Bedford and instead of improving it, they just make it more dangerous. Oh dear. Dream saying, that's what I mean. Private healthcare gives you choice. You can decide which doctor you want to see rather than just taking whoever is available. Yeah, I mean, if you can afford the private one, yeah, or like, you know, I mean, that's a good choice to go with. Every consultation will invoke a fee, says Sparker. I'm assuming you're talking about like the insurance stuff there then. Minty saying, I've studied that in economics. Competition is good when it's a healthy amount. However, the working together idea would be good only in an ideal world as companies betray each other for profit. Yeah, that's exactly the point I'm making, Minty. As soon as you put the human element involved and you've got people who are underhanded, then, you know, then that's what puts in the sort of need to backstab essentially and not work together. There's a lot of studies on this actually. Veritasium on his channel sometimes talks about this sort of thing, and they talk about like sort of things like I've seen this in a couple of different videos here and there. I don't know if they were both Veritasium, but sort of the thing where like there's these games that they play like where essentially if you have a game where like it's a bit like what was his name, the comedian, and it was like, was it Golden Balls or whatever? And basically, they based the last part of the game on this. But there's game theory on this. But essentially, it's this game. If you play the game where two people can win a prize, if they both steal, no one gets anything. If one steals and the other one says share, then the one who steals gets it all. And if they both share, then they both get the prize, but they get half of it or whatever. And obviously, in a human-based world, the answer is steal every time, because then if the other, and you try to convince the other person to share, and on a one-time basis, like just one game, that's what a lot of people will do. They'll just steal. But then if you have to build up reputation and then you play time and time and time and time again, the opposite is true, and you should share. And so when you're telling each other that you're going to share, people will believe you, and so reputation comes into play. But that's only if everyone gets to see all the results. If you then played a game where you had, like, you know, several times you were playing, but no one actually got to see the results until the end, then you're back to stealing all the time. But actually, and they've done a lot of game theory on this, but essentially it is actually, there is actually like sort of theories on which is the best strategies and stuff like that, and depending on how they tweak the games and whatnot. But generally speaking, the best rules are just share, just go ahead and share, sort of thing. Oh, we have Anastasia in. Hi, Anastasia. Good to see you. How are you doing? It's been a minute. Dream saying, let's be honest, Sparker, the whole system is broken. We pay loads in taxes, but a lot of it disappears into bureaucracy. That is true. That's one of the ways that they actually keep the number of jobs out there up, isn't it, really? And yeah, better have somebody working in the government than and being the stats in lent towards employed than the stats showing unemployed, because they didn't have so many people pushing like paper around. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of wasted money out there. Like, even just the fact that there's corruption where, you know, government money gets spent on things that don't need to actually be spent on because somebody got a bit of a backhander. But definitely the bureaucracy in itself just costs so much money. It's ridiculous. But large governments, are there really any efficient ones out there? I don't think so. I mean, I'm kind of with both Dreams and Spark on this. I feel like the NHS is a really good asset, but I also think it's mismanaged a lot. And I think basically, you know, it needs to be properly funded, which is pretty difficult, but that just means more taxes. Nobody wants that. Or maybe they spend less money on military, more on that. I don't know. I'm not very good with the budget. I'm not entirely sure where I would spend the money. That would be an interesting game, though. I don't know if they, Sparky, you can tell me if there's a game like that out there where you can like have a crack at like how you would do the budget. But I mean, it's too complicated a thing for me to work out. There you go. Also, I'm fine. I'm so far behind. I do apologise. I'm going to try and speed up. I've been jibber jabbering. Yes, come on, just. There we go. So Jack Jones saying, "Are you a ninja?" No. Dear. Teddy's in. Hi, Teddy. Did you find that shoe for me? We need it back. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. Of course, I remember you, Anastasia. It's lovely to see you. How are you doing? Minty saying, "Oh yeah, we call it game theory in economics. Very smart theory." Yeah, I mean, the only thing with theories, like with game theories and stuff, is they do simplify things far too much. It's human nature, especially with scientists, that they want to kind of simplify everything down to its base components in order to kind of understand it more. And of course, I understand that that's necessary to a point, but I sometimes wish they wouldn't dumb things down quite so far. There's like, I watched a video recently and it was to do with like something to do with this, where like basically if you have these cubes and you stack them on the top of each other, then once they get to 3 high, they tumble around each other themselves, and then you keep stacking it, it tumbles more and it stacks on the other ones beside it, and so on and so forth. And it's basically, they built a model up for the way that certain things work, and I think they called it sandbox or something like that. And but essentially it ended up being used as a way to try to look at how sand would sort of respond to different things. And when they actually did it in real life, sand didn't work like that. And it's like, of course it doesn't, because they don't land exactly on the top of one another. And it's a far more complicated thing than what they've done with this model. The model is a much simplified version. And it's also working on the wrong rules. So, of course it didn't work. And it was just the way that, like in the video, they're like you know, someone tried it as if they thought it would actually work. I'm like, who tried that? Because of course it wasn't going to work. It wouldn't take 5 seconds to look at that and go, why would we do that? It's not going to work because this is not an exact model for what you're thinking that it is. It's just ridiculous. Oh dear. Rosie's in. Hi, Rosie. Oh, and Anastasia retracted something. I'm going to skip the stuff about the NHS now. I'm done talking about that. Can you play any like games on the stream? What sort of thing do you want to see? What do you want to play, Anastasia? I can, well, I've got the Connect 4. We've got Sounds Fishy, if anyone wanted to do that game. I think we'll give Bang Out of Order a skip for today, because that's a new one and a bit tricky. Rosie's good. She's just been watching. Hold on. I thought you said Morley's videos, but you've said Morley's videos. Who's Morley? Sienna says, sounds fishy. Let's see, who else would want to play Sounds Fishy? We can play it if everyone wants to, like anything. Okay. All right. Oh, you did say my name. You just can't spell it. We'll go with it. It was autocorrect, yeah? Paula's in. Saying good evening. Yeah, it's been a good day today, Paula. How about you? Hope your day's well. Right, I'm going to grab the Sounds Fishy. We have had requests for it, so, and we have request for game. So let's. Oh, I just need something to open it up with. The box has a bit of a tight fit to it. Here we go. Oh, I should do the dad joke before we play a game, so I don't forget. What's this? David saying, "Stop, mate, get married. You utter." I have no idea what you're trying to say, David. You're going to have to speak more clearly than that. Oh, dearie me. All right. So, dad joke of the day. Here we go. What do you get from a pampered cow? This one's cringe. This one's really cringe. What do you get from a pampered cow? Spoiled milk. Oh, I mean, that's up there. I feel like Ellie would give that a 10 out of 10. I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10 for cringe. That was cringy. I mean, it's not a terrible joke. It's not a terrible joke, but it's cringy. Oh. Right. So, let's play some Sounds Fishy. Eh? So we've got our questions and answers. We got our fish cards. Right. Now, Anastasia, I'm aware you haven't played this game, but do you want to join us and give it a crack? It's pretty straightforward. It's simply just a game of each one of you is going to, several of you can play with me. And there's one person, our True Blue Kipper, who tells the truth. And then however many red herrings we have who tell me fibs. And the idea is that I just have to try to guess who is telling me the truth. So we have random questions. I'll give you some of the old ones that we've had, like, so we had a question like this. Oh wait, hold on, I've got to put it that way around. Oh no, I've got to, oh, do you know what, before we play this game, I've got to do the camera properly. 1 second. Let me, Let me do that. All right. Okay. I'll do it. Yeah, Rosie, you can join. Anyone is welcome to join. We'll do the figuring out who's playing in a second. So let me just quickly go over how this works. So we get questions like this, and it's in Switzerland. Is it illegal to own? It is illegal to own just one what? And the answer to that is a guinea pig. So it's illegal to own just one guinea pig in Switzerland. Now, when we play this, I see the question and I read it out to you guys. I don't see the answer. You all see the answer, and whoever is in any particular rounds, there'll be one person who is the true blue kipper. They have to say the correct answer. So they'll say, in this case, guinea pig, and everyone else makes up everyone else who's playing makes up an answer. So could be anything. Could be an umbrella. Could be a pogo stick. Could be, as it's a guinea pig, you might go with something similar and go with a hamster. It's a bit cheeky to just do something too similar, but here's the thing you risk if you go too similar, is that if somebody else says hamster as well, I'm going to know you're fibbing. And the way we work it is you all kind of put your answer in at the same time, so there's not a lot of chance for you guys to check if anyone else is going to say the same answer. So you want to kind of be different with it, but you want to try to make it convincing, because you guys win if I can't pick the right answer, and I win if I do. And it's as easy as that. Hopefully I've made it sensible. Whoa, we have Richard in giving us some spammy stuff here. All right, he's started doing some right nonsense. We can put you in a timeout for half an hour. We'll give you a second chance another day to come in without some nonsense like that. Right. So what we're going to do, I'm not going to go up and start reading any more chat. So if I've missed anything anyone said and I haven't responded to you, I apologise, but you can just say it again if you need to. But in the meantime, everyone who wants to play, hit a thumbs up and send it in the chat. We can play with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. So the first 7 people in, if we get that many, will be playing. Get your thumbs ups in now. So we've got we have somebody else in with a thumbs up. We've got Dreams in. Right, we've got, so let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. We've got our 7 in. I have not done my Duolingo today. No, I will do it after stream. Right. So, oh, we had way more than 7 people. Right. So, I'm going to be straight up honest. We are going to do it by whoever actually gave me a thumbs up. If you said anything else, it will not count. Let's have a little look. So we got Dreams is going to be in. Whoa. We have Yeo Wang is in. We have Sienna is in. Billy is in. Rosie is in. Now, I'm going to am I saying it right? But you know what? I've got Yeo Wang. Am I saying that even close? I don't think I am. So yeah, so we had Dreams, Yeo Wang, Sienna, Billy, Rosie. Sorry, Gracie, you said me, not a thumbs up. Sparker's in for the thumbs up. And then Noah's in as well. There we go. Job done. Sorry, Wayne. And Anastasia. Do you know what? Anastasia was the one who asked for a game. I really want Anastasia to be in. Oh, dear me. Sparker is stepping out in favour of Noah. Are we in agreement with that? Rosie's. I can't do more than the 7 cards we've got, honestly. Do you know what? No, I can't do it because there's no way for me to then know who got the fit. I can't do it. I can't do more than 7. Um, hold on, wait. So Rosie's saying, wait, hold on. So this has got complicated all of a sudden. So Sienna's saying Anastasia can have my place. Are you sure, Sienna? I feel like you were asking for this game. I don't think that's right. I feel like I want to prioritize the YouTube family. I'm going to be honest here. We had a couple of newbies that I've never even heard of before, and I don't know if you guys have even subbed. Because I like, I don't know. So Billy's saying head is baffled. We will get there in a second, Billy. Right. Okay, Sienna's saying yes, I played more than enough. Okay. All right, so we're saying Noah instead of Sparker, fine. And Sienna's saying that Anastasia can take her spot. So just to double check, so what I'm thinking, we've got Dreams playing, Yeo Wang, Billy, Rosie's playing, Noah is playing, and Anastasia is playing. So Anastasia, Billy, Noah, Yeo Wang, Dreams, Rosie, don't think I said Rosie yet. And who's the other one? Now I've forgotten this already. So Dreams, Yeo Wang, Billy, Rosie, Noah, Anastasia. Well, that's only 6, so we can do one more. Who am I missing out here? Wait, what's happened here? What have I messed up? Dreams, Yeo Wang, Sienna, Billy, Rosie, Noah, Anastasia. I guess either Sparker can come back in, or I can let Wayne play, or like, I think that's right. Jeez, all right. Now, do not thumbs up again. Jeez, right. Hold on. Oh, Dreams is going out. Right, hold on. Let's do it again very quickly. I think Sienna's right. Let's do a quick thumbs up. Who's still in and wants to play? And that's a good test, actually. If the newbie ones aren't here to say a thumbs up again, then we'll know they were like jumping the gun. So we've got Rosie, we've got Billy. Billy's definitely in. Right. Noah's in. Yeo Wang's in. Am I saying it right? Just give me a quick yes or no, Yeo Wang. Am I saying your name right? If it's a no, I'll try again. Or is anyone else going to play? Well, cool. We've got a lot less takers this time. Come on, guys. Surely Anastasia's going to play. Anastasia, are you going to play? I have a worry that Anastasia wants to play, but is not exactly paying much attention, which is a problem in this game. You have to pay attention. You cannot play this game if you can't pay attention in the stream. Or I'm like 90% right. Right, so how is it more like Yeo Wang? Oh no, that wouldn't be it. 4. I really want to get it right though. I like to pronounce people's names right. I think, have we lost Anastasia already? Yes, I saw Gracie, but Gracie, I'm still deciding in my head whether I'm going to let her play or not, because Gracie has been playing this game many times and has yet to play it properly with us. She always does something daft. I don't think Gracie really understands how this game works. Either that or she's trolling me while we play, and I don't like it either way. Okay, Well, we have 3 places left. So come on, like, anyone else want to play? I've got, so, I mean, Wayne hasn't asked again. Does that mean Sienna's now finally put a thumbs up again? Okay, we've got Sienna back in. Sparker's going to be in. One last place. First person gets it. Come on, who's going to play? It'd be cool to have 7 players. It makes it much harder for me, but... So, to reiterate, just so I know who I've got, we've got Rosie, Billy, Yuang, Noah. So Rosie, Billy, Noah, Yuang, and then Sienna and Sparker. Sorry, John can't do a backflip. Oh, and a Jimmy. I know you're not happy about this, Gracie, but I warned you several times and you just blimmin' well didn't pay attention. So you unfortunately have lost privilege for now for this game. Other games, like when we play Connect 4 Nat, absolutely. But this game, you just never get it. Yo. Oh, it's just Yo Wang. Ah, I see. It's just Yo Wang. Okay, Yo Wang. Is that... Or is it Yo Wang? Like, with because you're saying Wah. Yo Wang? Yo Wang? Yo Wang? Is, oh, wait, Yo Wang? Is that how I'm supposed to say it? Or is it... So, Yo Wang. Okay, Yo Wang. Okay, good. Yo Wang. Okay, got it. Gotcha. We got a Daniel Burton asking me my thoughts on anal bleaching, as if that's what we're doing in the stream. Right, let's go. Billy is correct. Let's go. So I'm going to try to remember who's actually playing. It's just going to be rough because my memory is not this good. We've got new people in as well, but it's great having new people. We will give this a shot. Right, here we go. Here we go. Going to shuffle it up. So the thing is, I can't look at the chat while I do this. So I'm going to just quickly. Well, do you know what? I'm just going to have the bash at this and see if I can remember who's actually playing. So I'm pretty sure we have Sparker. Hold on. Let me do that again. Sorry, Sparker. I saw that fish, so I know I knew that. Right. So let me try again. So we have Sparker and Sienna. I think we had a Jimmy at the end, so that's your one. We have Yo Wang. We have I can't remember who I was playing now. I think I haven't done Noah yet. Noah. Oh, I've got to remember who I've said. Oh, and who was playing. Oh, this is brutal. Who else? Who else was playing? I can't remember. Was there a Billy? There was a Billy, right? And then we've got one other person. Who have I said and who have I not said? Oh no, whoever else I haven't said who's supposed to be playing, that's your card. I got almost the way there. I can't remember. I do apologise. Whoever I forgot, it's not because I can't remember the names. I can't remember who I've said. Oh dear. Right, hold on. I've got to put this card in somehow. Right, wait. I don't even know if I've got the right. So yeah, like, there we go. It's really difficult to do this without looking at the cards. It's really stupid, but come on, get in the slot. Oh, stupid thing. Right, just check that. I've got to check the edges, make sure. There we go. So, we have, yeah, I did get that from the right place, didn't I? Yeah, I got it from over there. Put that one back in the place where we need it. Right, so everyone knows who you are. The one who got the blue fish, the true blue kipper, you have to give the right answer, which you'll see now. And everybody else has to come up with their fake answer. And the question is, in the 1950s, Popular Mechanics magazine predicted what would be eliminated by the year 2000. So in the 1950s, there was a prediction in the magazine Popular Mechanics that something would be eliminated by the year 2000. And this is the answer. The rest of you have to come up with a fake answer and try to make me believe your one. So I'm not going to look at the chat yet because obviously I can't. If I look, I might see the answer and stuff. So the importance is of me not like getting things. So how we do this is don't give any answers yet. Wait until I've given you a bit of a chance, and then we do a thumb up. Then I get everyone to give a thumbs up. So tell me you're ready, and then everyone writes it at the same time. Okay. So if you've already said your answers, don't worry. If you oh well, I see what happened there. I think Rosie said her answer. I should have explained that first. That's my bad. Do not feel bad if you've accidentally said it first. Right, we've got Daniel Burtling saying yay, but he got modded. I don't know why on earth you need to shout that. Can you send a shout out to my pal Nick, and then his surname being Gurr, and you'll notice I split that up for a reason. He's watching, and we're both big fans. I mean, how big a fan are we talking? We are talking enough to like for a wind tunnel, or are we talking just a tiny little hand fan for your face? So, Sienna's gives a thumbs up. Sparker has. Well, I need to go back up and just see who else was playing, because I'm like, who was actually playing? So, it was it Sparker that I forgot to say? Do not say I forgot to say Sparker. Sparker, Jimmy, Sienna, Yewang, Noah, Billy, and Rosie. No, it was Rosie I forgot to say, I think. I don't know. I think, oh, I'm sorry, Rosie. There were so many names. For a second, I said Spark. See, that's what I'm talking about. I think I remembered who was playing, but I couldn't remember who I'd said. Oh, it's just ridiculous. It's like two things to remember. So, okay, if you stick a thumbs up in the chat if you're ready to give your answer, and if we get the 7 thumbs up, then we go straight for the answers. Let's go for it. Yeah, I said I realised now, Spark, I said you. All love to you, Rosie. Honestly, it wasn't that I forgot about you. I just honestly I can't remember who I've said. When I first started doing this, and we had like 3 or 4 people doing it, I would just always say it in the same order. I've got to give you guys an order in my head so I can remember. So we've got Sienna's give the thumbs up, Rosie gives a thumbs up, Sparker and Noah have given thumbs up. We need 3 more thumbs up. Just waiting on Yewang, Billy, and was it a Jimmy? We will see if the newbies actually bothered to play. I will say now, anybody who joins, who then gives us nonsense, will basically not be joining again ever. 5 for Yewang. So we're just waiting on the last 2. I think it's Billy and Jimmy, right? Am I thinking that's these new people's names? I'm sure there was. Is that right? Yeah, there was. Yeah, so it was Billy for sure, and then I think it was Jimmy there. I don't know. Was that the person who did a thumbs up at the end? I don't know, honestly. Oh, we've got our Mocklermiser in. Right, okay. I think we've lost the others. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5 of you. Hopefully one of you is the True Blue Kipper. If not, tell me now so we don't waste the answers. This is why we do the thumbs up, to be fair. If we've lost the True Blue Kipper being either Billy or Jimmy, tell me. No, we're good to go. Okay, that's good. That's good. Right, okay. Give us your answers then. And I only have to pick from 5 of them. All right. Hi, Gracie. I hope you don't hate me, Gracie. I'm just being tough with you. Bit of tough love for your nonsense. So Noah's saying, oh, wait. So Rosie says belief of religion. Noah saying incandescent light bulbs. Sparker saying hurricanes. I was about to say that's stupid, but actually I could imagine a prediction for that where they think that weather control's there. And Sienna's saying earthquakes. Oh my Lord, these are all crazy good answers. Oh my lord. So we're just waiting on one other person. Who are we waiting on? Yo Wang. Come on, Yo Wang, give us your answer. Storms will disappear. Okay. So, so I'm thinking Yo Wang is probably not telling the truth, just because of the way they've said that. The storms will disappear. Everyone else has kind of followed suit with the right kind of way to say it. Graham, you're annoying me. I'm putting you in a timeout because you're filling up my chat and I can't read everything because you're filling it all up. So you're getting a timeout because you're mocklamizing me far too much. Have yourself a half an hour timeout. Right. So, well, you said Stroms actually, but I think you meant storms. But we had hurricanes, earthquakes, incandescent light bulbs, and belief of religion. I think belief of religion would be a crazy thing to actually predict. Doesn't mean it's not the thing that was predicted in the magazine, to be fair, but I think that would be a crazy thing in the 1950s to be predicted. Incandescent light bulbs? I feel that's a bit early for that prediction. Hurricanes and earthquakes, though, that's weird. I mean, earthquakes, I don't think you could eliminate earthquakes. Hurricanes, though, maybe they thought that. Because earthquakes is a whole, like, that's tectonic plates. I don't think anyone was thinking that you could, yeah, maybe like warnings for those, but not eliminate them. That's a crazy thing. I mean, the incandescent light bulbs is probably the most logical one, but hurricanes is the crazy one. Because somebody else said earthquakes, which goes similar to hurricanes, as in like natural disaster, and then we had Yo Wang saying storms will disappear. I feel like it's one of the weather things rather than the others. So I'm just going to sneak a guess here and say I think it's hurricanes. So I think Sparker is our true blue kipper, and I'm probably going to be massively wrong. Thank you for your forgiveness, Gracie. Right, let's see. Am I right or am I wrong? Yes! Okay, caught a lot of you. Okay, right. So now we've got the game going. We do have some places left. So we've got 5 of you. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 2 spaces left because we lost 2 guys. Do we have anyone else wanting to play Dreams? Are you gonna play now? I'm getting a thumbs up. Oh, Minty's got a thumbs up too. They went straight in with that. Okay, Minty and Dreams have added in. So I'm going to try to remember everybody's name this time. I apologise if I forget anybody. I can usually get almost to the end before my brain goes, you don't know who you said and who you haven't said. So I'm going to close my eyes, spin this card around because there's 2 questions and answers to a card. Oh my Lord, it's so tricky. Right, there we go. Yep, we've got that. So I've got the question. You guys will see the answer. So give this a shovel up. Instead of turning that around, I'm going to do the thing where I get the case and cover it up. Senna's being scolded by Noah. Oh, Noah's just not scolding you, but he's giving you tips on how to play better. Noah is a serious game player. and as this is a team effort on you guys, he's going to help the team. Think of it like that. All right. So, here we go. Let me see if I remember the names of everyone. So we have Rosie, for sure. We have Sienna. We have Noah. Minty. Dreams. I'm starting to struggle. Sparker's playing, isn't Sparker? And last but not least, Who have I not said now? I've said, I can't remember who I've said. I've done it again. Who have I said? Wait. I can't remember. The person I haven't said. Oh, wait, Sienna, of course. No, wait, did I say Sienna already? I don't know. If I've not said Sienna, it's Sienna. If I have said Sienna already, then this is whoever I've forgotten. I don't know. I did. Man, my memory, I tell everyone my memory's rubbish, but oh dear, that's working memory. That should be much better. Anyway, so that's the answer to the question. What did composer Edvard Grieg, I'm hoping I'm saying it right, Edvard Grieg, so Edvard Grieg, what did composer Edvard Grieg carry around in his pocket for good luck? So some composer called something or other was carrying this around in his pocket for good luck. That's your question. You know the answer, and we know who's, well, you guys know who's got to say the right one. Everyone else, get your fibs ready. So when you've got an answer, let's have a look. Yeah, when you've got an answer, get your thumbs up. Did I get everyone? No, Yo Wang. Oh, I forgot to say Yo Wang. Wait. I don't know. God, it's hard. It's difficult. Sorry, everyone. I'm terrible. All right, so Noah's giving a thumbs up. Minty's giving a thumbs up. Yeah, sorry. I think, I don't know. I don't even know if did I say? Oh, man, my brain, I can't remember who I haven't said. It's ridiculous. But I think everything's good. So we've got Noah, Minty, we've got Rosie, we've got Sparker, we've got Sienna, we've got Yo Wang. That's 6. And there's Dreams is 7. We've got everyone in. Go for it. Fire away your answers. Woohoo. I will try to remember this. I'm going to, while I wait for the answers to come in, I'm going to actually go through the litany of who's playing. Right, I'm thinking it there. So his dead wife's mummified finger, a whale tooth, a golden semibrev, whatever that is, a frog figurine, a rabbit's foot, a photo of his wife, a small silver coin. Oh, you devils. How am I supposed to work this out? They're all great answers. Wait. So his dead wife's mummified finger. If that, wait, that is ridiculous, but it could be so true. A whale tooth. I mean, that doesn't sound ridiculous. But wait, a whale tooth. Hold on. Do whales have teeth? I know. Do whales have teeth? No, do they do? They do, but the tiny little things maybe? I don't know. Because they sort of like eat plankton mostly, don't they? And they sort of swim through it. But maybe they have like some vestigial teeth or something. I don't know. But a whale tooth. Okay, like if you just said shark tooth, I would believe that. A whale tooth though. Okay, and a golden semibrev. Now I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what that is. It sounds like a legit thing. Something maybe to do with composing. Either you've made that word up, or you know more than me, or that's the real answer, and you've just basically copied down something very. I mean, I feel like that wouldn't be the answer because it would be like a giveaway. I feel like Sienna's used a bit of knowledge there to maybe make it sound like it's legit, like as if she wouldn't come up with that. So Rosie's saying a frog figurine. Oh, I mean, that's legit. That could be a thing. A rabbit's foot. Now, Dreams, I'm going to say I don't think it's that because that's a bit too obvious for a Lucky Charm. Lots of people like a rabbit's foot. And this game, for the psychology of it, I feel like it wouldn't be that obvious. Minty's saying a photo of his wife. I mean, that's very similar to Noah's, his dead wife's mummified finger. I feel like it would be the finger over the photo. And to be fair, he's a composer. It sounds old. I don't even know if they had photos back then. So I'm going to lean away from Minty and think that that's a bit naughty. And a small silver coin, says Yo Wang. Again, that seems too simple and too easy. So I'm going to get rid of photo of his wife and silver coin. Rabbit's foot's too straightforward as well. like this game isn't going to be that easy. I don't like a whale tooth. I think that's weird. So, and I think Sienna's trying to fox me with this golden semibrev. So either a frog figurine or his dead wife's mummified finger. So carried around in his pocket for good luck. Could be a frog figurine. That's legit. You've all done a great job here, to be honest. This is a real just Hail Mary guess. I mean, the photo of his wife makes me lean towards the dead wife's mummified finger, just on the basis that sometimes that happens. And a frog figurine. But then I've got something in my head saying it's the frog figurine, like that I've maybe heard this somewhere. And people like a little figurine. Oh. Noah, you had to throw something crazy in. Oh, dearie me. His dead wife's mummified finger versus a frog figurine. I mean, I could be wrong on both counts, to be honest. I'm going to lean towards his dead wife's mummified finger. I'm going to say Noah's my true blue kipper. And I think it was probably actually Rosie. But I'm just going to do it because it's such a great answer. And if it's not that, I'm like, what? And oh, you're saying it was a musical note. Okay. Well, that could be true then, but like, I just don't know. A frog figurine. Oh! Oh, no one got me at the end. I knew it was probably the figurine. I said, GG's. Oh my Lord, I got so close. Oh, well done. Yeah, Rosie, you you did all right there. But Noah, oh man, that was a real tough one. You all just had me going on so many of those answers. The fact that I got it down between the frog and Noah's stupid. I tell you what, I blame. Who said the picture of the wife? Minty. That was Minty's fault. Minty, why on earth did you say that? You made me lean towards Noah's mummified finger because of the wife thing. Right. Let's do another one. That was good fun. So we get rid of that card because we've exhausted it, and I put it into this stack of like used ones. And I'm going to grab another one out from the bottom. Oh wait, I've got to see which is the blue side. All right, okay, and then I've got to do this. No, don't look. All right, blue side there, should be good. Yep, we're good. Right, okay. So, okay, that's good. I'm going to be interested to see what people say for the answers to this question. Yes, well played, everyone. So it's one apiece. We're going to do this one more, and then it's going to be the decider. This is the decider. Whoever wins this wins. So it's me versus you guys. Let's see who's going to win. Right. So cover up this so I can't see. So see if I can remember everyone's names. So we have Sienna, Minty, and Noah. We have Sparker, and Rosie, and Yoang, and then, geez, I've forgotten who I've said now. Did I say, have I done it again? Did I say Sienna? I don't think I've said Sienna, so I'm going to say Sienna, but I'm not sure. If I've said Sienna twice and this is somebody else, you'll know who you are because it's the last one. It's always that last one. I can't ever remember who I've said. This is nuts. Right, so that's your answer. And we have in 1996, so it's not even that long ago actually, but in 1996, what did an American woman use to remove a corn from her foot? So we've got a woman in 1996 removing a corn from her foot. We want to know what she was using. Interesting. Like, that's going to come up some interesting answers. So, oh, it's Dreams. Sorry, it was Dreams at the end. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, Dreams. It's not that I forget like anyone. It's just that I can't remember who I've said, and so I do apologise. So we got thumbs up from Noah. We got a thumbs up from Sparker. So we got Rosie, Sienna, and Yoang. Just 2 more of you. So we're looking at Dreams and Minty. Just waiting for Dreams and Minty. Again, sorry, Dreams. I love you, honest. I just can't quite remember who I have and haven't said at some point. There's a lot of things to remember when I'm doing this, honestly. And obviously my limit is 6. I get that 6. I think that's a really good thing for not doing 10 of these, because it would be diabolical. Oh, and we've got Minty, and so we've got everyone. Go for it. Just give me your answers. Let's see what you'll get. It's great having like a full like sort of complement of 7 people, but it makes it really hard. A rusty chisel. Okay. Epsom salt soak. Okay. A screwdriver from her brother's toolbox. A shotgun. Whoa, a shotgun. I mean, obviously you think like boom, but I mean, I don't know. It was a fish hook, a boomerang, and a pumice stone. Okay. You guys have gone with some really kind of like normal stuff, as well as some really crazy stuff. So pumice stone, sure. People just like, you know, rub their foot with that, no problem. Hard to remove a corn with that though. A boomerang, that's crazy. A fish hook, again, that's kind of crazy, but also like genius. Like you could stick it in there and just yank the thing out. A shotgun, I mean, that is nuts. It doesn't mean it's not an option, but it's just nuts. A screwdriver from her brother's toolbox. That seems like a convoluted answer. I'd have thought they just said screwdriver. I could be wrong. Sometimes they throw in some curveballs in here like that. An Epsom salt soak. I mean, that seems like a reasonable idea. So, like, soak it in Epsom salts, and like obviously, I'm guessing hot water and Epsom salts, and sort of maybe it would do something and then put it out. I don't know. And then a rusty chisel. It's the rusty bit that gets me. Like, would you really use a rusty chisel on yourself? Like, how stupid would you have to be? Like, at least clean off the rust. I don't know. Unless the rust was a point of it, I honestly. So, I mean, an Epsom salt soak doesn't seem like the most crazy thing to do. I don't think it's a screwdriver from my brother's toolbox. That seems crazy. The rusty chisel, no. Shotgun. That's so ridiculous that it could be the answer. I'm going to be honest, Minty. That's another absolute sideways answer that's got me a little bit thrown. The fish hook. Like, I could see someone doing that and maybe it'd be attached to a line and doing something crazy. I mean, this is obviously something that has basically made the news. This is what I'm thinking. I don't understand how you could even start using a boomerang, so I'm going to ignore that. The pumice stone makes too much sense as well. So I feel it's a fish hook or a shotgun. The fish hook just sounds like something that someone would actually do. If you're using a shotgun, I mean, I'm assuming they weren't shooting themselves in the foot. I hope not. Just trying to wonder if there's anything else you could do with a shotgun. Like, maybe like shooting it and then using a hot part of it to kind of like do something with it. I don't know. I'm going to go with fish hook. I'm not going to mess around too long. And Gracie's saying a chainsaw. That would have made more sense. Yeah, so I'm going to go with fish hook, and I think that Spark is my true blue kipper. Let's have a little look. Oh, it's a shot. Got down the last 2 again, but you guys have got me. Shotgun. Shotgun. Well played, everyone. And yeah, you guys win. which is only right because I couldn't remember like who I hadn't said twice, so I kind of deserve that. But well played, everyone. GG's. I do enjoy this game. It's a very good game. Oh man, the thought process involved though is quite like, it's quite a lot to do. So I'm going to leave that card in there because obviously we've got the other side, and then I'll put all the other things away. So I've got the used ones go in with the little wrappers to stop them from sort of like getting mixed with these. Woo. And yeah, we'll put all that away. Oh dearie me! You can tell. Can you tell I'm a bit tired? Get the yawns going on. Well, that's the only way to do it, Minty. It's got to think rationally about these things and try to figure out what on earth is going on. I'm going to just make it more comfortable for me. I'm just going to spin you guys around. It's always nicer actually just looking at the chat on this device. Sparks, I love that game a little too much. Oh, it's a brilliant game. It really is. It kind of has to make me think about like so many things that I just don't normally think about. And obviously, I have almost zero knowledge on these subjects. Like the composer thing. Like I had an inkling there was something to do with a frog figurine. I feel like somewhere in the past that's a bit of information that I've seen in a video or something or whatever, and it's kind of stuck with me somehow, just stuck in the back of my mind. But I didn't want to trust that because I was like, because that would have been so weird. But it must have been a real thing. The game is called Sounds Fishy. This is actually the sort of travel set. You can actually get like a big version of this. But yeah, Sounds Fishy. Where that's I think. But yeah, it's I picked this up at Sainsbury's for because when Ellie had her birthday, I'd got a little bit of a cake and stuff, and we did a little bit of thing for her birthday on stream, and I got this to do as a new one, as well as another one. We have 2 new games. The other one we haven't tried yet. Well, actually 3 because Sienna got me another game called Bang Out of Order, which we tried the other night, and is good fun. But this is a real winner. And then I've got something called Herd Mentality, which I gave Ellie the choice between that one and this one to play, and she chose this, and she chose really well because this is a solid game. Is Rosie off? Someone's saying good night. Somebody, yeah. Well, I'm going to bed. Good night, everyone. Good night, Rosie. It was lovely to have you along playing with us. I really appreciate you, and I hope we see you soon. You take care. Mwah. Big kisses. There we go. Because I'm getting all the hearts in. I'm feeling all like big lovey-dovey. Right. Have you ever played Buzzed? No. What's that game? Do you think it'd work on the stream? Or is it just something that you've played? I need to get Risk. Risk is the next thing that I want to try to get, and I can potentially play that with people on the stream, because I feel like that's a face-up game. By that I mean like a game where you don't have any hidden aspects. Like if you're playing like poker, obviously the entire thing is hidden. There were some games like Catan where it's mostly face-up, but there are some face-down things like your resource cards and your dev cards. And then there's some games where it's all face-up. So like chess, for instance, is what I would consider a face-up game, as would be checkers. Bandido is sort of a semi sort of game. But you've got Connect 4 is a face-up game, so both people can see all parts. Yeah, so we need face-up games. Yeah, I'm aware that Risk could take a long time, like Monopoly Sparker, but we don't shy away from a long game here. It's not the sort of thing I put out all the time, but it has been mentioned enough times on stream that I'm like, I think we could do a game of that here and there. And I think also people, if they came in and saw a game of Risk being played, they might be interested to watch. So, yeah. You take turns drawing cards and following instructions to drink based on the prompts. Wait, hold on. So you take turns drawing cards and following instructions to drink based on the prompts. To drink? Or is this like a drinking game then? And Benny's saying, excuse me. Hi, Benny. Welcome in. Sparkle with the Risk is a classic. Yeah, do you know, I never actually played Risk. I played Drisk on the Android, which I like an Android tablet, which is sort of based on that, but it's not exactly the same. Oh, so this is a drinking game, and you're saying vodka. Well, obviously, a drinking game doesn't work with me, Dreams, because I don't drink. I'm I'm not a drinker, and I never have been. So I don't really do any games where drinking's involved. In all honesty, a lot of the first time I really sort of heard about drinking games was at university, and people were telling me that it was the Withnail and I, and there was a whole drinking game involved with that film. I don't know if any of you have heard of that, and I think Noah has, but. Yeah, it's that was a weird one, and they had a copy of that in the. So when I was at uni, they still had like a video store where you could go get videos, or was it DVDs or something? I don't know, but yeah, but you could basically go and rent out stuff, and yeah, that was the first time someone told me about a drinking game. I was like, well, that sounds weird. Minty saying, what did you study? Mathematics. Yeah, that's how I met Noah. We met at university. A long time ago in a land far, far away, as Noah was saying. Benny with the Epstein reference. Congratulations, Benny. You are the first person to mention Epstein tonight. Well done. But you did get modded at the same time, so haha. Minty saying, cool, I like maths. Yeah, well, I mean, it was what I was good at, to be fair. And, you know, I like some maths and not other parts, to be honest. Gracie is saying, in one night, done it. Whee! Gracie's done the dragon. Well done, Gracie. And Benny with the things. Why what, Benny? Liam's in. You look like him. Well, thank you, Liam. Always nice. There's always at least one of the people out there. Dearie me. Wayne saying mathematics. Well, you're a clever lad then, pal. Well, semi-clever. We'll go with that. No, I like to think of myself as clever, but obviously I can't remember 7 people's names in a row, so I'm not that clever, am I? We have some. I tell you, I'm not even going to be able to say that. This Trazioni, I don't know. This Trazioni, I don't know. I like your liking it. Well, thank you. Benny's now going to get absolutely modded out of the channel. Bye bye, Benny. And Yo Wang saying, are you from the UK? I am, Yo Wang. Whereabouts are you from? And thank you for joining today and playing the game. It was lovely having you join. So yeah, where are you from? Yeah, I'm born and bred from England, basically. Not really much else to say about it than that. I've done a little bit of travelling, but not much. I tell you, somebody's hitting those hearts for me. I appreciate you. I'm going to do some clicking around on here. Poor old Benny getting absolutely modded out. Oh, you're Korean. Cool. Yeah, well, I appreciate the sub as well. Always appreciate the new sub. I hope you'll come back and join us another time. We often play different games here, so not always the same ones, to be fair. And I don't know how long we'll last with that game, because obviously once we've gone through all of the questions and answers, we'll have run out. But as I said, there's a bigger version, and I might be able to get that one. Benny saying, why banned me? What did I do? You know what you did, Benny, and you'll get banned on this one too if you do the same thing. I do not appreciate spamming. Simple as that. We do not like to spam the chat, okay? Because I like to talk to everybody, and if you spam, I can't see what other people are saying. So that's how that works. If you can't understand me, you don't need to be here, Benny. Right, have you got work tomorrow, mate? I have, Wayne, yes. I've got a full day on tomorrow. Oh, I've just realised I've got that stupid translation thing on. Thankfully, it's Benny saying he spams. Yeah, well, Wayne saying, Benny, just leave it. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Benny, you're tiring me out. So I'm not gonna ban this one, but I'm going to give you a timeout to think about what you've been doing. There you go, timed out. Oh, someone mentioning cat. Is cat turned up? Oh, you mean tomorrow you're going to do the cat? Okay. Yeah. Whatever. Oh, Caleb in with a big question. He's saying, "Hey brother, what's your dream in life? Hope you're doing well." Yeah, I'm doing all right. I mean, it could be better. I could be in my own home, and I'm not. But yeah, my dream in life's pretty straightforward, really. It's probably what most people, no, maybe not all, but most people probably want the same thing. Someone to love and love me. That's it. That's all it is. That's what life's about. Finding that special someone. That's what is in my head, really. I mean, obviously, we want a lot of fun and games on the way, but you know, we the goal is to find that special someone. There we go. That's what my dream in life is, anyway. Everything else, you know, is. What about you, Caleb? What's your dream in life? And Spark saying, "Cool. I practiced taekwondo many years ago." What are we saying, taekwondo? Who said that? Did somebody else say that? Or Minty saying, "Any integration advice?" I'm revising that. Oh, no, not at all. I'm not giving no advice on mathematics. I forgot most of it, if I'm honest. Oh dear. Oh man. I taught the boys, obviously, you know, to GCSE level and stuff like that. Well, not full GCSE level, just up until just before that. And now Henry's gone to school, he's going to do his GCSEs. I don't know. I don't know if I need to go further with Ethan. I do need to do some like revision with Ethan and bring him back up. But he's doing his lessons as well, and his online lessons are supposed to handle his maths. So I don't know if I need to do much of that anymore. Got other people handling it. Oh, Caleb, I hope you find that, brother. Well, thank you. I hope you find your dreams to come true as well, my man. But yeah, what's your dreams, Caleb? As you asked me, I tell you what, we should ask this to the whole chat. Stick in the chat if you've got a dream that you have, like if there's one thing in life that you want above anything else. And we have Margaret in, or Margaret Angel, I should say. Maybe I should call you Angel and not Margaret. I don't know, but hi. Welcome to the chat. Always love to see some new people in. Minty saying, "LOL, fair enough." Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. My maths now is just I've definitely forgotten more. I think at least 75% of the maths that I knew I've forgotten. I could learn it pretty quick. I think, like, you know, if I had to do some integration or differentiation or something, I'd probably be able to do it pretty quick and pick it up. But I'd need to just have a quick look at like, you know, an example, or have a quick little Google just to kind of like get a quick kind of reminder, a little refresher, and then I'd be all right and it'd be fine. But yeah, off the top of my head, it's just it's gone. It's gone. Dreams is saying good night, beloved. Good night, Dreams. It was lovely again having you here, and big kisses for you as well. Seems we gave Rosie some. We best give you something. Oh, Korean martial arts, says Spark. Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously I'd heard it. I didn't realize it was Korean, so that's cool. I've learned something today. We didn't say, have a happy house with healthy food and go gym 5 times a week. Is that your dream, is it? Cool. And Wayne saying, freedom! Freedom! Does that mean you don't have freedom now, Wayne? Wait a second. Like, you're going to have to explain this, my man. Graham saying, "Can I come back in if I'm a good boy?" Yes, you can, Graham. I only timed you out because you were getting a bit too much with the mocklamizing stuff, and we were trying to play the game, and it was getting in the way. But you're welcome back in, and yeah, we're just talking about our dreams. Do you have like something in life that is your like most biggest thing? Noah's off. Good night, Noah. I hope you have a nice day tomorrow. You take care of yourself, man. And she's saying, "I'd love to find someone to share life with and then just live authentically. Perfect, beautiful. And our angel Margaret saying, mortgage free and enough funds to go on holiday when I want. Solid. Now that's the beauty of van life. Already mortgage free, me, I tell you. And I can go off on holiday whenever I want because it's cheap, because it's just drive my home there. So that already worked out for me, to be honest, Margaret. But you know, that's probably not the kind of dream you were thinking of so much as like have a nice big house and like go off onto foreign countries and have like a big old, you know, all included holiday, which, you know, can't knock it. But each to his own with those things. Spark saying we are very much controlled. Yes, I know that. But I'm just wondering specifically what Wayne was saying. No bills, no politics, no work, just free. Ooh, the simple life. Wayne after the simple life, and I like that. Man after my own heart. Give you the fist bump for that. Yo Wang saying, I want to stay single forever with me and enjoy my life. LOL. Trusting people nowadays is risky. I see your point there, Yo Wang. You have to be very careful about who you do trust. And there were not that many people that you should trust, you know, like implicitly or with everything, but I always think it's like a sliding scale with trust. There were people I trust with a certain amount, people and like you say, a very little, some people a lot more. Yeah, and yeah, but life, it's one of those things. You have to be vulnerable in order to find love. It's as simple as that. And trust is obviously a form of vulnerability, but it's also a form of strength in the same way that love is a vulnerability and a strength as well. And we are social beings. So it is a difficult thing, but it's well worth having, is what I think. But yeah, if you don't really want the difficulty of it and you're happy, that's all right. Not everyone's looking for the same thing. But if you're going to be single, what are you going to do as you're being single? Like what's your what's the thing that you what's your dream? What's your big thing that you want to do with your life then, or that you'd like to have in your life? And Graham straight back with, my dream was becoming a Mocklamizer. So we're back to Mocklamizing. Fair enough. And Minty fell for it and asked what a Mocklamizer is. And Graham saying, I'm going now, see you all soon. Peace, love to all, keep Mocklamizing, everyone kisses. Big kiss to Graham for his big kisses. There we go. I'm giving kisses out tonight. I don't know why. This just started. I don't know. I'm just in a good mood today. It's a good mood day, so we're giving kisses away. And Wayne's saying, Molly, can I ask you a question? Always, my man. Ask away. I'm an open book. I mean, I don't give away gory personal details on here. Yeah. But we're an open book. Let's go for it. Minty saying, fell for it. What? Graham always comes in going about Mocklamizers, hoping that someone's going to ask him what a Mocklamizer is. And I gave up asking him that a while back, I'll be honest. Oh dear. He's a good sport though, Graham, for the most part. He's a good sport, so I like him. He's a part of the family already, even though all he does is going about Mocklamizing. And we don't know what it is. At some point, I will remember that off stream and actually Google it. Wayne saying, if you do meet your forever lady, will you stop your live streams? Well, not for this year at the very least, but no, the plan is not. Like if I meet someone, they've got to understand that I like doing this on YouTube, and that's just part of what I do. So obviously, I'm doing live streams for every day for a year. And then after that, I'm going to obviously reassess and see how often I want to do it. And it will depend on like where the channel is and where I am in life and stuff like that. Oi, Tim's in. Hi, Tim. Good evening. How are you doing, my friends? I'm just going to finish talking to Wayne about what he asked me. Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things, you know, having the right person means they're not going to expect me to change myself in any way. I'll be me. And something that I have been working on a lot recently, in great part thanks to Sienna and her journey to be her authentic self. She has taught me that I need to be my authentic self, and it has empowered me, for want of a better word. And of course, our journeys are very different. They each have their difficulties. And yeah, hers comes from a much more a fundamental place. Mine comes from sort of environmental trauma. But yeah, essentially, only very recently did I realise I wasn't being my authentic self, and I'm trying very hard to do that. You're not going to vanish. That's what I'm asking. No, I'm not going to vanish, Wayne. I hope that the real big hope, Wayne, if we're talking like secondary dreams and stuff, a small dream of mine is that I could make my channel profitable enough that I could do it full time as a living. And I do want to get back into actually doing like some long form videos and probably some shorts as well. To be honest, I like shorts as a format, but I want to do quality stuff that will actually track as well. There's nothing worse than doing a video and nobody watching it. But we've built up a bit of a family here. I feel like I'll have a fair bit of support when I do try to put out some new content, which I will always cherish that support from you guys. You will never know how much it means to me when people support me on my channel. Even just watching, a few videos really does actually impact me quite a lot. But people coming into the chats every day, we've got so many of the family now that come very regularly to come and spend a bit of time with me. That is massive. Quality time is a big part of like what I think makes up any good relationship, whether that's a friendship, a partner, or whatever. If you're going to have a relationship with somebody, quality time is really important. That's what this is in my mind, us spending a bit of quality time together. And I would miss it if I didn't have it with you guys. So yeah, it's even if my channel took off and I had like crazy amounts of subs and my videos were like a huge hit, I'd still come in and do my live streams because I love it. I love doing a bit of live streaming. Obviously they will change over time, I'm sure, but yeah, that would be the plan. Yeah, I mean, so with the outdoor stuff, I do want to revisit some of that, but I'll probably start a second channel that focuses on that. This channel is going to focus on more this kind of stuff. Hard Up saying, do you know what? Sorry, Tim. But Hard Up Hiker in the chat, who's my friend Tim, saying more lack of gender journey in my case. Wait. So let me see. So let me go back. So we've got a bit of a hi from him. I'm going to go back up the chat. I realise I've missed some people's chat, so I'm going to go back up and see. But you were saying, let's see, Tim's saying, it's called a gender journey. I'm on that path too, in a way. More lack of gender journey in my case. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Tim, we're all on a journey of some kind. But yes, that sounds like a pretty cool name to give what you're on. So Yoang was saying, I would love to live a comfortable life, traveling, doing adventures. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Maybe doing good to people if I can afford someday. Oh, that's solid. Just stay happy. That's the end goal. I tell you, that's all solid, Yoang. I mean, so part of my channel is like, obviously I love being able to help people, give people a space to feel included and welcome, no matter who you are. You can come in, you can chat. The only requirement being that you're nice to people and respectful. And I do like the idea of getting out and meeting people, being able to help people through their life journey and sort of touch people's lives in even a little way. I feel like, and I don't say this to boast, but I say this because it does mean something to me, like that means quite a lot to me, is that I feel like I've already touched the lives of at least a few people in a very positive way. People have told me that, and it does. It's a really powerful thing to feel like that, like I've actually made a difference, and that has real value to me. That brings happiness into my soul in a way that I couldn't describe to you other than to say that it brings happiness to my soul. It does. Yeah, and I think the way that I can make friends on here is amazing. So yeah, I get that, what you're saying about wanting to do good for people. Yeah, I like that. But you have to do it within what you can manage. You shouldn't put pressure on yourself with that sort of thing. You do what you can, and I think that's kind of like where you were leaning with that. So I really agree with that. And yeah, a bit of traveling, bit of adventures, love it. That would be what my other channel would be about, trying to get back into the adventure stuff that I was trying to kind of do. I really want to do the adventure stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, it's good fun. but I haven't been in the mind frame to do it for a long time. But now, having got to this point in my journey and feeling the way that I feel like I've got so much energy now. I feel like I'm fully through all my dark times at the moment, and I'm ready to go. Minty's saying I have 5 integration questions left, then differential equations. Oh, brutal. I feel for you, Minty. I hope you get it through it okay. I really do. So Sienna was saying Wayne, he was even live streaming during his date a few months back. Don't worry, he's dedicated to the cause, providing so. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I was live streaming with when I was with Louise and doing stuff. Not obviously the whole thing. That would have been weird. But we got the live streams done still. Wayne saying great idea, 2 channels. Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of these things. Like I'm more than just one thing. I'm not one dimensional. So having a couple of channels, doing the different things. Like I know Tim has a couple of channels. He does his camping, but then he has his other channel, which is the secret channel, which we don't talk about. And yeah, and to be fair, we all have stuff that we do. So what's Tim saying? That was the idea of my channel, to move more into travel vlogs. Yeah, is that we're saying travel logs? Hard space to get into. Yeah, I can imagine. International hiking and wild camping was the plan. I mean, it could still be, Tim. You just got to keep plodding at it and maybe try to find a new angle and figure out what you want to do with it. Spark saying, Molly, you missed your Duolingo. You will have to use a thingy. Oh, oh yeah, I have. I have to use a streak freeze. That's all right, whatever. I'll be honest, I'm probably down a league because I did not stay in the Pearl League. So I'll be back down to Amethyst. And yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not always that fussed about that, to be honest. I don't want to lose my streak because the streak's relatively easy to maintain, and it kind of keeps you invested to a point. And my main investment is that I just really want to learn that language. Partly because it's good for my brain to keep learning. So the process is as important as the result on that. I just want to keep learning. And I have noticed, I noticed this the last time I was doing my Duolingo, that I've stopped having to translate it in my head in words. And I'm starting to not necessarily think in the words, but in the same way that I think like English words like come out without needing to do like too much process. Some of the Spanish words, only a few, but it's starting to get like that, where I don't have to go from Spanish to English to brain. I'm just going from brain to Spanish, basically. And I was like, wow. I noticed it, I was like, wow, I didn't think that would happen this soon. I thought that was going to be years down the line. So I'm really impressed with it. I'm like, wow, Duolingo is actually pretty solid as a bit of app. I'm like, that's really good. So Yoang saying, you do spread positivity to people. Oh, appreciate you. So give some credit to yourself. Wish you happy life ahead. Thank you, Yoang, and I wish the same for you as well. I hope you fulfill all of your dreams. Leg, I don't know. You're saying, what area camping? Well, I've camped all over UK. I've done a little bit in the Lake Districts, Peak Districts. I've done sort of all around this region really, so like north of London, like sort of basically Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire, that sort of area. I've done camping over in well, I mean on the channel is what I'm listing at the moment. I've done some stuff outside of the channel, like younger years I've done like Snowdonia and stuff, but on channel I've done from London to Gloucester, all sort of camping on the way. Yeah, done a fair bit. So yeah, all areas really. And the idea would be to do a lot more areas if I got back into that. Who are you giving a tut-tut to, Sparker? Wayne saying, you're a very, very knowledgeable person. We can all learn a thing or two from your good self. I appreciate you, Wayne. I mean, I've got some sort of wide range of... Benny's back in. Hi, Benny. Minty said, so does Duolingo really work? Yes, if you persist at it. I would say, like, I've had my times where I've progressed better because I focus when I'm doing it. I think what I find is it's not just about relying on the app. I can actually adjust how I'm thinking as I do it. And what I find is if I say things out loud as I'm reading them, and I try, and at first I was basically trying to think of like it in English, but say it in Spanish. But I also find that when I'm then sort of like choosing the English words, I try to think in Spanish because it kind of gets you going both ways, and it trying to kind of like flex your mind, I guess. And I start trying to sort of really pay attention and really commit things to memory as I'm going. If you're just doing it for the points and to keep basic, or for your XP, and you're just trying to keep your streak freezes and stuff, and you're trying to get up in the leagues, you could fly through a lot of it without really paying much attention. I think you'd still absorb it, and over a long period of time, you'd still get it. But if you really want it to have an impact, you actually have to focus while you do it. And then, yeah, it does work, and it works pretty quickly by all intents. I have the free Duolingo, to be honest, Tim. I've had a few freebies of the not the Max, it's the other one, Super. So they fire you off like a few 3 days of Super here and there, and that's always quite useful. I have contemplated getting like a family plan for Super, so that me and the boys could do it without any ads and stuff. But I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Just, you know, you get so many free bits for a day. If you don't make too many mistakes, you can get through a few lessons, and then you can just recharge watching some ads, and it's not that big a deal. And I can just let the ads run while I'm thinking about something else. Well, if you talk like a human, Benny, you won't get timed out. If you don't spam, and if you don't try to give me like nonsense about, because you came in basically saying, why did you ban me? So obviously you were the previous Benny who just got banned, and you know why you got banned on that account. If you act dumb and repeat and try to play dumb, and you're going to be the kind of person who spams, it's not going to go well. But if you come and talk to me, you can ask me questions, you can tell me about yourself, we can have a little conversation, and I would love to have you in here for that. So that's kind of what we do here. So Minty's saying, this stream is probably the only stream where I have felt the kind of happiness I used to have at family gatherings. Thanks for, oh man, Minty, you hit me right there, my man. I tell you. Do you know what, Minty? I don't know if you're a man or woman or something else. Honestly, I apologise, but it's just like you are. I mean it as in like a general thing. To be honest, it's like you hit me right there with that sort of stuff. I love that. I mean, you call me bro, so I'm assuming I'm assuming you would do, because that's bro speak. Sparker saying, sorry, I've got to put the bin out. Great stream, Ollie. Take care, Sparker. Thanks very much for being here. We'll. I tell you, I will be in touch as soon as the van stuff is resolved. We need to meet up and do something. Benny asking, where am I from? I'm from the UK. Whereabouts are you from, Benny? You mean where was I born? Oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, are you talking to Tim? I'm not sure if you guys are talking to him. Tim seems to be answering you. We have a particular Jedi in. We're going to go with Jedi. I can't read the other word. Any tips on essentials for camping? Also, are you a prepper? Crazy stuff going on around the world at the moment. What's your top tips if the grid were to go down and the supply chain stop? Great question. Great question. I like that. So, I mean, tips for camping is very, very, very wide and is very different to the whole prepper thing. I would say, like with camping, like, you know, if you're seasoned at it, you don't really need my tips, I'll be honest. If you're a newbie, my tip would be start off with, you know, someone who knows what they're doing with you, so, and they can show you the ropes first few times so you get the ideas. But yeah, but do it your own way as well. Like, figure out what you like, and don't just take somebody else's word for gospel. Try things. Try things. See what works for you. You know, maybe you like a hammock. Maybe you like to be in a tent. If you're in a tent, maybe you like it minimal and you like it small. You don't want to carry loads. But maybe you want a really big tent with enough room to like stand up in. Maybe you want like a fold out, like sort of like bed sort of thing that sits off the ground rather than a blow up mattress. each to his own. It depends on sort of like what kind of camping you like to do. You might want to do like vehicle camping where you're just like literally right by your vehicle or even on top of your vehicle. We had, I think her name was Chloe, was in quite a bit for a while there. Solid part of the family, the YouTube family, until she kind of like went a bit quiet and I haven't seen her for a while. I do think about her though, because she was always camping out in her tent on her car and was apparently making a lot of videos about it. So it was really cool stuff. But yeah, I'm a kind of like a partial prepper. Like I prep in a way that I want to know that I can, you know, I think that it's not like the world's going to just suddenly end, but I do think like, you know, supply chains and like you say, grids can go down. But it's not even that. It's just like, it's not like a whole grid would probably go down so much as just that, you know, things like obviously, you know, fuel prices are going up now because of wars in some other place. And, you know, when COVID happens, supply chain issues happens. And I think that at some point, yeah, you know, we're going to start struggling to get things here that we might rely on now. And being more having the ability to be self-reliant is important. So that's one of the reasons why I have my allotment, so I can kind of figure out if we couldn't get certain foods, can I provide for myself? And that's why I grow random things like sugar beets, so that I can have a crack at making my own sugar. And you know, that's why I practiced like having a go at tinning some tomatoes and, you know, doing other things. I want to like do jams this year, have a crack at making jams. Well, I say it probably won't happen this year now because of everything with the van, but maybe the year after we might do that. So, but yeah, we've done a few things, and I think it's about having the skills. I think a lot of people when they do preppers think, oh, it's about jamming loads of stuff in a storage place somewhere, but actually it's the skills. It's the skills that are really going to set you apart if things go wonky. And so being able to take care of yourself and be self-reliant, yeah, there you go. Spinning said, I wasn't spamming, maybe someone hacked your stream. You said that before and you got banned for nonsense. Don't talk nonsense to me, Benny. I ain't restarting nothing, Benny. That does not happen through what you're saying. You did that. Right, Wayne saying, Benny, have you ever thought about growing up? I don't think he has. I don't think he has. Oh, we've got Gracie back in. Happy Tuesday morning, Gracie. Shouldn't you be a bed already? I thought you were getting back into getting proper sleep. Benny, you're being disrespectful and I'm not appreciating it. There's one thing about being a little jokey like Wayne was, but you got mudded for a very disrespectful. And also when you're trying to say someone they shouldn't be rude. Wait, did you just say we're chatting in German? Hopefully not. I'm going to turn off that auto translate thing. Benny asking about bottles of water again. I pronounce it like that. What on earth is going on? Right, do you know what? I'm well behind. I'm getting Benny spamming again. Jesus, Benny. And you're saying stupid stuff. Right, I've had enough of Benny. Go on. All right. Let's get rid of that guy. So. Right, Benny is gone. He'll probably come back with another account, unfortunately, but we'll just ban that one too. It's finished. It won't be hard to tell him apart, I imagine. So Jedi asking, what's your day job outside of the camping stuff? I work in IT and decided to move to the countryside. Now slowly going off-grid and becoming self-sufficient. Got into prepping heavy last year or so. Well, I mean, you might not know about me, Jedi, but I'm a van lifer, so I'm already kind of off-grid. The only thing I can't really do, because like my van was like sort of solar powered and stuff like that in terms of all the electrics and stuff. And I did like use, like I had like gas hob and stove and stuff. I say had, I have, but I got crashed into like a little over a month ago, and like it's now being held with by the insurance company for ransom, essentially, for want of a better way of describing it. But yeah, but I'm a very sort of like off-grid, self-reliant sort of guy. Like my shed down at my allotment is all like sort of powered up and off-grid and all that sort of thing too. But obviously I rely on water, but I mean, a few decent filters and I could easily like, you know, be filling up from rivers if I really wanted to, but that seems like a bit over the top right now. If I thought things were getting hairy with that sort of thing, I probably would get some filters or something to do, but yeah, at the moment it's just about having the skills, as I say, and then being aware of what I might need to get should things ever go dodgy. But yeah, I'm always aware that there's a risk of that. Like, you know, the sea levels that are basically guaranteed to rise and cause loads of mayhem. And I feel like that could cause a lot of trouble with logistics, you know, shipping and stuff like that. Could be a lot of problems along the way coming from that. And then, you know, the global warming, things like that, the shutting down of the AMOC, all sorts of things that are very legit things could happen in the next sort of 50 years or so. And yeah, just, you know, you got to be a little bit aware of these things and figure, you know, it's worth having a few skills and a bit of knowledge. I mean, I prefer if I'm talking English, if I'm honest. I can turn on the auto translate thing, but I've blooming would hate that thing, I'm going to be honest. And I'd rather everyone be talking in the same language in here because I can't understand a word of anything else. But, you know, I'm not going to be banning anyone because they're talking another language. Sienna say something which we're not unmodding. I'm going to leave that modded, Sienna. Jedi saying nice. No council tax and no rent. Yeah, yeah. But I do still pay tax on, obviously, road tax. And I'm paying all the other taxes everyone else does. VAT, you know, duty on the fuel, you know, as well as the VAT on the fuel. You know, income tax stuff and all that. I'm paying all the other taxes, but just, yeah, no rent, no mortgage to pay, and yeah, no council tax for sure. Yeah, definitely some interesting stories from it as well, Jedi. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Creepiest encounter. I don't know if you call it creepy, but there was a couple going hard at it next to the van one time, many years ago. But oh, creepiest encounter would actually be on video, weirdly. Yeah, yeah, it's on one of the streams somewhere. There is a spot over in at Malden Wood where I have parked up a couple of times, and I've only done that when it's just been me in the van and not my boys. So it used to be there was four of us in the van. Originally, it was a family of four: me, my ex, and our two boys. And then it was just me with my boys visiting every other week, and now it's like just like me with Ethan visiting every other week while his older brother stays at his mum's going to school full time. Because the boys were homeschooled for a fair bit of time, Jedi, just to give you a bit of my backstory there. But yeah, so when it's just me on my own and I'm working over that sort of way, because I do window cleaning, so I'm up my ladders all day. I parked up at this car park, knowing full well it was a known spot for people doing dogging. And thought I'll just keep myself like on the down low and won't get too sort of in the way of anybody. But I did go off into the woods to collect some wood because I have my stove in my van, and you'll love this. I regularly go out and collect wood that I burn, so I don't even have to pay for the wood. So that's saving a bit of them, you know, dosh as well. But also I get exercise because I'm cutting down like and splitting logs and stuff like that. But when I carried some of my wood back, some guy kind of came up to me as I got to the car park and said, "Oh mate, what you got there?" And yeah, it was like he was obviously very, very interested in what I had going on, and it was clear that he was like excited for a moment because he thought I might have something epic that we like, maybe like a big bag of sex toys or something. I was like, just some wood from the trees, mate, and just kind of walked by him. But it was a bit weird, and that's on camera. Yeah, that got caught. That's the weirdest encounter, I'd say. I mean, I've had some random people come up and ask me some weird stuff, like almost like a traveller kind of test to see if I'm part of their group or something. Tim saying, I'm only speaking English because it's the only language you know. Yep, that's about how it should be. That's all I know, so. Joe's saying, thinking of homeschooling my kids too. Glad you did it too. Yeah, I mean, school system these days can be a bit tricky. You know, it's dependent on good teachers and good head teachers and stuff like that, and they're kind of hamstrung a lot of the time. Even the good ones, they're hamstrung by a system that is a bit weird, if I'm honest. I mean, they've got the forest schools and that, and there's some, you know, if you can go private, there's some good options, but it's expensive. It's expensive. It's like saying, good job you didn't just say I've got wood moldy. Sparker. Sparker. You got me good. That's a good one. I thought we said we wasn't going to late stream. Who said that, Gracie? It's my stream, Gracie. I'll do what I want. Oh dear. Oh, you were talking to Wayne, were you, Tim? Fair enough. Yeah, so it's been a long one again, isn't it? I meant to do a short one, and it's been a long one. But I'm in a really good mood today. I'm going to be honest. It's just been a mood of me, like today. Well, I say today, yesterday now, because obviously but today we'll stick with today. It's been like that. My mouth has just been going, and it hasn't stopped all day. Yeah, it's just the way of it. I say that I wasn't talking much when I was working, but my work was very short and quick today. I absolutely beasted it out because I got out late and I just really pushed hard to kind of get it all done. So, Jedi saying petrol, diesel, or LPG? Diesel for the van, because you know vans are diesel. I wouldn't mind an electric one, but they're expensive. And also, you know, I was never going to get, because it's a big Luton box van. There was a tour, well, a few tours, and if you go back in some of the old live streams, but there was a video from about a little over a year ago, which has a bit of a cursory tour of the van. If you're interested, look what it looks like. But the my gas stove and hob and oven and that, yeah, my gas hob and my oven and my grill, they run off of LPG. So like I go get that filled up at canisters. I have like refillable ones, so it costs a lot less than those. You know those canisters where you got to, like, you know, the metal ones, you got to take them back and you have to pay a deposit, and then you have to keep swapping out old for new. And obviously that means you've either got to run the canister down, have a spare one always sitting around, and that sort of thing. And you can't tell how much you've got left half the time. The refillable ones I use by Safefill, you can see the liquid level inside, which is really cool. They're much safer, far safer than the metal ones, and they're lighter weight, so they're easier to carry. And you can basically fill them up even if you've only used half of it. So you don't have to wait until it's empty to refill, and you're not like wasting any. So it's good value. Greg's in. Hi, Greg. Good to see you, man. I am decent today. I hope you're well. It's been a very chatty day today. Gracie's saying push it to 3. I don't think so. No, we won't be doing that. We'll wrap it up fairly soon. I think 2.5 hours is probably long enough for the stream. I mean, we've got some great people in it. It's lovely to see Tim. But yeah, I can't be staying up too late because I've got a full day of work ahead, and I need to get back in touch with the blimmin' insurance company again, because they're going to make me chase them up because they're a pain. Tim saying, I installed a smart light to fix an issue with my old Hue one, which kept dropping off, showing that more expensive isn't better. Yeah, it's not always better. It very much depends. And it's not even like a set scale. Sometimes, you know, more expensive is just more expensive, but other times cheap is cheap and will mess you up. And it's finding something that's just good quality, and it doesn't always, I mean, there's a bit of correlation to price, but it's not exact. That's what I think. Glad to hear you're good today, Greg. What have you been up to? Tell me what's been your favourite part of your day today. And Jedi saying subscribe. Thank you, my man. It's well appreciated. I'll be back. Good to come across your channel. Great to have you here, Jedi. You've been really nice sort of to talk to. It's been lovely. Oh, we've got a last question. Internet. Are you on the Starlink? No, I'm just on, well, I've got 2. So I used to only be on free, the free network. That was basically on my phone and on my sort of Wi-Fi for the van. But then I changed my phone to Talk Mobile a while back because they were on the Vodafone network, and I wanted to basically have the option of two networks. Excuse me. So if you've got two networks, if one's bad, the other one's probably going to be good, that sort of thing. Because I realise that's a good bit of redundancy there to have. I've never tried the Starlink. I hear good things, but it's obviously expensive. And you're saying you got one at home, would recommend, and now have the travel one, which I haven't used yet. I mean, I have heard good things, and if you're recommending it, is it worth the money though? Like how much is it going to cost me for a travel Starlink thing for like? Do they even do unlimited? Because I have like unlimited internet, and I feel like that's important because me and the lads go through a lot of internet. To be fair, been helping your mum, Greg. Respect. I take it that means you and your mum have got a good bond, a good relationship. I think that's always important. I do not have a good relationship with my parents, unfortunately. It's not the worst relationship in the world, but yeah, it's not a great one. But it's a fairly strained one. There were definitely people with worse sort of relationships with their parents than me, but but I couldn't say it's the most positive relationship, to be fair. Tim saying his favourite part was making the risotto. Fair play. Okay. Sparkson heard bad things about Starlink. If you want a stable connection, it can be a problem. Really? But you've heard it. I mean, we've got our man here, Jedi, saying that he actually has them. So yeah, I want to hear from Jedi, a man who's actually using them. Tim with it's Elon Musk company, so blah. Fair enough. I don't really always worry about whose company's whose. I'm just like, is it a good product? Am I getting good value? And I guess I could be more conscientious about these things, but I'm just not. It's just too much to worry about. I'd rather be happy and just do the best I can. I mean, are any of the big companies really that clean? If you know what I mean. Spark saying, I had a friend use Starlink and it does get good speeds, but the connection is not stable. That's not good, is it? Tim saying, still not talking about mine. I'm guessing you're talking about parents. Yeah, I would say your relationship with your parents is much worse than mine. Jedi saying, unlimited connections. I use a lot at home, completely unlimited, and technically you could also have hundreds of people connected to it. Remote villages in Africa, etc. do this. Could always sell it. Oof. I mean, with me being mobile, I don't know who I'd sell it to, but yeah, I mean, not a bad setup if you could. Gracie, I mean, you're back to not sleeping then, because there was a while there where you were actually sleeping. So Jedda's saying, but yes, expensive. 75 quid a month. Wow. I'm paying like 20 something, like low 20s for my my internet in the van, which is unlimited. And you know, it's fairly stable. And then I have my phone plan, which is like, I think my phone plan is about 16, but you need a phone plan anyway. But then that's unlimited, and I can obviously use that hotspot. So, I mean, I have some crazy bandwidth on my Wi-Fi anyway. Like especially my phone when I get 5G on it as well. I mean that thing. I had a crazy 4G connection on my my Wi-Fi router in my van a little while back, and it was mentally fast. I can't remember what it was, but it was in the hundreds. And I've only ever seen that normally on 5G, and I was like, what on earth? I can't remember what I was even. Perfect connection if you point it to the right area and have no obstructions. Yeah, I guess so. A bit like a satellite TV signal. I guess you've got to just get it set up. Now I'm all good for a referral link. I don't think I'll be spending out 75 quid a month on internet. That's like, I mean, that's just not good value for me. As like, I think if I was going to be in like really remote locations where my like sort of normal signals wouldn't work, good value then, very good value. But it's a bit niche really at this point. So like I say, no, as the satellites transition, there is a not insignificant stagger in connection. Really. So they're not geostationary then. They move around. That's interesting. Greg saying I got 5G now on my phone. You're on EE. Well, yeah, they got good coverage. They're like the ones you go for 5G, I suppose. But I think EE are quite expensive as well, though, aren't they, Greg? I always go for just like the best value I can get, and just like, I mean, I don't know that you need like crazy fast speeds. Like, I've never needed anything super fast. I think if I have anything that's at least like 15 meg download and at least 4 up, then I'm pretty good. I like a faster speed when I'm uploading videos to YouTube. Then I'm going to try and seek out a 5G connection and get myself like a really fast upload speed, because that's then important. Just saying, yeah, I'm very remote, so it works well. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, agreed, niche, but has the right uses. Oh yeah, I mean, sounds like a. So Jedi, where were you from? Can I ask? I don't know if you already said, but I'm just curious if you're remote, like whereabouts you hail from. I'll keep you posted on the travel kit I have. You chuck it in your rucksack when you go trekking and can connect up. Really cool. Do you post any videos on your channel, Jedi? Because if so, I'll check them out. Tim's saying, so they won't last a long time up there, 5 to 10 years. What are we talking about here? They're low Earth orbit, not geostationary, so move. Really? Oh, so you're saying the satellites that they're using only about 5 to 10? Wow. The upkeep on those, no wonder why it costs 75 quid a month. I mean, to be fair, he's obviously testing it for Mars purposes. I think everything Elon Musk does is just for him prepping up to like basically get a community on Mars. And I've kind of been thinking that for like ages, probably over a decade, to be honest. It was pretty obvious from the outset. And everything he expands into is to do with that. How to basically maintain and control a community of people on a different planet. That's his MO, isn't it, really? Just saying West Wales. Oh, cool, cool. I was planning a trip to Snowdonia at the end of the month, but obviously with my van out of action, I can't do it. The hope is to, like, that's something on the card still for this year. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a little bit of time in Wales. No vids, but might do something about homesteading, etc. at some point. That'd be really cool, Jedi. If you get it started up, let me know, and I'll check it out. And if I enjoy it, I'll definitely sub. Greg's saying, how's Ethan doing today? He's good. I haven't heard from him today, but because he's over at his mum's. But his brother's doing well. So, bit of news, Henry, my oldest son, he's loving it today. He hit 50 subs today. He's got more than that now. Last time I looked, he had 56 subscribers on his YouTube channel. But he was really pleased, and he sent me a little sort of snapshot of his stats to show you how he'd got to his 50 subs. He's well happy. He's well happy. But obviously, he's also a bit gutted because he didn't realise, because he never checked with his old man. He just got straight on with it, did it himself. But he didn't realise. But at his age, in order to stream from a mobile phone, you need to have 1,000 subs. He can stream from PC. I think now he has 50 subs, but he can't stream from a mobile until he has 1,000, which is a bit annoying for him. I could obviously stream from 50 because I'm an old geezer, so they let me just stream from my phone with just 50 people. I mean, I think the first time I streamed, I was well above 50. I think I had a few hundred people, but I definitely didn't have 1,000. So that would have been an absolute bummer if that had been a thing for like old men like me too. Yeah, that's right, Grace. He wants the 1K. Yeah, well, an iPad isn't a mobile phone, is it? So I imagine he could do it from a tablet, I suppose. That might be worth him trying. He might be able to take a tablet out and stream from there. Jedi saying, just create a bunch of fake accounts and sub his account. Best dad ever. No, I wouldn't do that. I mean, because there's reasons for that, which is obviously YouTube do figure those out and take them off when they figure out that they're just like basically fake accounts. YouTube are really good at hunting those out. So sometimes my sub count goes down because they figure out somebody basically has been fudging it. But also, I want his channel to be a success, which means he needs to let his subscriber base grow fairly naturally, which is why I don't shout him out loads on this channel as if trying to get all my family to go to his channel, because then he'd have the wrong sort of like basically base of viewers. Like if you sub to his channel but don't watch his stuff, that's actually not very useful for a channel. Active subscribers who are actually going to engage in your channel is really what you need to grow a channel. This is something they don't always talk about when, like, you know, you watch these videos about like how to like go viral on YouTube and how to build a channel. And essentially it just comes down to connecting with your audience, producing videos where people feel like you're bringing value. A lot of the things they say are really true, and they follow those lines. But what they don't say is it's not about number of subscribers, it's not about number of views, it's not about like all them kind of stats. The main stat is just how many people are actually coming back time and time again and engaging with your channel. Because it's no point having like a 1,000 people viewing a video that they watched like 2 minutes of it and jump ship, and they ain't got no interest, they don't sub, and they don't never come back to the channel. They might even hit that button that says not interested or don't recommend this channel again, and then you're kind of a bit stuffed on that. If however you've got like 100 people who keep coming back to your videos and watching them, and you know, watching a large portion of them commenting, liking, and engaging like we do here in the stream, that really helps grow a channel. And then because then your base will grow, and it will grow with more people who are similar minded, who are going to engage, and that's really important for a channel. It's huge. And so I don't like to mess with like small channels. I was actually talking about this a few nights ago. There's a channel that I follow. I couldn't really describe what she does other than say that I think it's quite like ASMR, but she wasn't packaging it as such. And I could shout her out on my channel, but the content is so different. If people from here went over there and flooded it, she has less subscribers than Henry, and yeah, she doesn't get a lot of views, and so messing with that would really, like, you know, if I shout out a channel with, you know, a couple of thousand subscribers and they usually get like a few hundred views, I'm not going to budge the needle much. But on a very small channel, if like half their views on the video are from people from my channel who have just gone over out of curiosity, it could really fudge how the algorithm sees that video and kind of kill it for them, or like skew stuff in a way that's not very positive. So you do have to be careful. That's right, Tim, you have to have people who actually watch. Pity subs are the worst for reach. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Tim. A real big sort of mistake that I made in the early days was I got friends and family to sub to my channel, which at first gets you over that small little hump, because obviously there's people out there who've put out maybe like 50 videos, and they don't have the best videos, but essentially because they don't have anyone subbed at all, nobody's watching, the algorithm doesn't have anything to even start with. But it's better now at just taking a completely anonymous, like random channel and just sort of trying it out a little bit and testing, basically. But yeah, but the last thing you want is to give the algorithm the wrong people like to go for. No, I don't have Instagram. Sorry. I'm the only social media I do is here on this channel. Yeah, I know it's getting late, Gracie. What do you mean talking about you? Who was talking about you? Yeah, I'm still talking. Sevi, I'm still talking. Yeah, but yeah, I think I am definitely going to call it. Gracie's right. It's got a bit late. It's now the wee hours of the morning, and I need to actually get to bed. So what's that? Sevi saying I'm trans. Well, welcome in. You are more than welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, I'm ending it now, not because you're here, but because it's very, very late, and I've got work like you know, at some point today. But hit that sub button. Join us another day. I'm here every day doing my streams, and love to have you back, Sevi. As to the other people sort of just joining as well, do pop in another day. Just make sure you're sub so you see the stream come up. and it really helps to have that bell on, because otherwise you never see the stream, I tell you. But yeah, thanks, Barker. Yeah, it has been a great one. You guys have made it a really enjoyable stream. I've really loved having you here. And Sienna's still here. She must have been lurking for a while. Sienna needs a kiss too, look, because I gave all the other ladies lovely kisses, and Graham too. So, and one big one for everyone else, because it's a kissy day. There we go. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Love you all. And for now, have fun.